know how to lose, transmute L's into W's. And it does. Yeah, it's gonna be a quick, yeah, just a quick live stream. It's early and shit. This came to my mind. I was thinking about, some things. It's kind of like the state of the world and shit, how people be interacting and whatnot, and like relationships and shit. Like relationships is for sure dead, or at least like the old previous concept of how we was taught to be in relationships and like the man-made world and shit like that. So a lot of that's fading away. But gonna talk about body counts, male or female. It's not gender based. But I wanted to. I guess we could. I'll hit both sides. I'll hit both sides. So I'll start. I'll start with the homie cheeses. Homie cheeses. Y'all might have a certain body count, right? Now this is probably, you know what I'm saying. Now, not the average homie cheese probably don't got a high body count. You know what I'm saying? If they're not like a high valued man type of individual, they ain't gonna have a high body count. They probably, most homie cheeses will be lucky to have 3 to 5. That's like you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, most homie cheeses will be lucky to have 2 interactions in their life, if they even have one. You get what I'm saying? So for the homie cheeses that be in like, I guess 20s and up, I'm talking about my damn self to some degree. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't in the 100 club. There's niggas in the 100 club and shit. We can talk about that. I say anything more than 10. Really, like 10 is a lot. You think about it in your whole life. Um, but if we talk about just, all right, here it be, having this human experience. People be here to experience. So if you got your own space, it's not about just like staying in your own space your whole life. You know what I'm saying? You're here to join with others. You're here to interact with others. You're here to exchange with others. That's the whole process of life. This is how you're here. You wouldn't be who you are if you didn't do this already in like previous lives and shit. Whether you was a bug, an animal, or some shit, a plant. You could have been a human before, etc. Right? Fish, sea life. You get what I'm saying? This is what we done like as a race, doing the spiritual evolution type shit. So you're here to experience. So I'm not knocking nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking the because it is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Your experiences, what people experience, how much they experience, it's all really subjective to the individual. I can't really say what's good or bad for your experience or for somebody else's experience, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? You might have a different, you might be on a certain step along your spiritual path. You know what I'm saying? That might just be where you at. So it's hard to kind of gauge that in a general sense, as far as if we're trying to correct things in the world. You know what I'm saying? There might be certain things that are very animalistic, that's keeping the collective as a whole from expanding, right? Because there's too much rootedness into this demiurge kind of energy, this animalistic shit. But for those, all right, so homie cheeses that obtain a high body count, meaning they had a lot of interactions with females, you know what I'm saying, sex and shit, joining the 2 energies. And this ain't always uh when the like playing out in the physical sense. Sometimes this could just be maybe you had friends, or you had certain people around that were like you know what I'm saying, that you would interact with mentally, you know what I'm saying? Even if that was just conversations. It may not have led to no physical, you know what I'm saying, fleshly sex, but it could have just been y'all are really good friends or some shit, or this is a business partner, or this could be a family member, or whatever the case may be, right? You might have joined with them individuals, and maybe, you know, without realizing it, because, you know, the way we grew up was like some indoctrinated shit, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't aware of these things. Me, I always kind of been aware of these things, so I wasn't just so quick to jump into relationships and deal with females and shit. I didn't have my first time kind of situation till I was 16, you know what I'm saying? I kind of waited, you know, I just wasn't ready yet, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I wasn't doing sexual things already, exploring, you know, kind of like understanding myself and my own body and stuff, but shit like that. But most people don't have a lot of interactions, is kind of like what I'm saying, based upon how they grew up, or them staying in the same location their whole life, you know what I'm saying? Or if they did stay in as far as like a small town, like if you was in the city or some shit, you know, you're more likely to deal with more people and stuff. As far as like kind of more of the small town kind of areas, or even smaller cities that aren't like a big old city like a New York or LA or San Francisco or some shit. And then Chicago, yeah, there's like, you know what I'm saying? There's like, but there's smaller places and shit. All right, so when you having these multiple interactions and shit, when you having multiple partners throughout your life, for those homie cheeses, I'm starting with the homie cheeses. I'm gonna get to the females here in a second, but they're both kind of, it's like they're intertwined. So I'm kind of just kind of flow and talk about both energies from just different perspectives and shit. The homie cheeses that have a lot of experiences with females, you go on a, it's like you're attaching yourself to these individuals. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times, if a person ain't aware as far as doing like esoteric or spiritually like cleansing their space or their mind. Your space isn't the mind, but you get what I'm saying? Like you got your space, and then that would be like how you observe your mind to look at it and kind of clear it out and shit like that, or come up with a new mind or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people never look at themselves like that. So they be having all these energies and shit floating around. They be having all these spirits, multiple spaces, still attached to their spaceship, to their mind, to their mentality, and to their thoughts and feelings. So people be going out having, even if you forgot about, you know, even if you think you like, all right, I'm over that person or whatever the case may be, and you very may well so be. But it's like if you ain't took that like esoteric baptism, you ain't did that shower, if you ain't did that cleaning, taking that bath, you're still gonna have like all these parasites and leeches and all these like spider webs, or like, you know, these certain things, spirits like latched on to your being, to your body, to your vessel. And that could be dead weight, that could be all kind of shit, toxicity, uh just them previous thoughts and feelings from them experiences that you might have had for that individual and shit like that, or whatever the case may be. All that you got ties with each one of them people and shit like that. So now what they go do in their own time, now that you gone away from them and whatnot, so when they having their own experiences and shit, and now they might be interacting with more people and stuff. But we talk about females, right? Homie cheese, if you interact with a female and then y'all like go y'all ways and shit, you know what I'm saying, like a one-time hit or whatever the fuck, right? And then she go about her life. Be mindful of the fact, if you ain't did the shadow work, if you ain't do the correct, like, if you ain't being aware of this shit, you ain't doing the evaluation part and the shadow work and the, like, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of cut ties in a certain way, like on some mental shit, so you ain't reaping the same, like, fruits or the same energies that female is gonna be, um, you know, attracting to her space, or, you know, what she's interacting with. You know, it might be a new homie cheese she's interacting with, and then all that energy, you know what I mean, might be some problems that derive in her life, and then that shit might play out in your life without knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Without you really knowing it or being aware of, like, why did you experience something, and then it could be you still got certain thoughts and feelings in your subconscious or in your conscious awareness even, but in your being, you know what I'm saying, in your mind, in your spaceship, that's still tied into that individual. You know what I'm saying? That person. So it's like y'all be having these soul ties and shit. Pretty much, like, soul ties and stuff. That's also what this video is about. And depending on the percentage level of, like, how much y'all added on to that soul tie, because it's different, you know what I'm saying? What you thinking and feeling is different than what your partner was thinking and feeling, and why y'all, but y'all both had to have similar thoughts and feelings to even link up like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to get to the root of that, and it's not until each person gets to their own root of their own shit, and they gotta want to. And a lot of people be narky as fuck. A lot of people be narky as fuck. They don't want to change. They don't want to change. They want to be a demon and shit. So the demon world you might get all these soul ties and shit, dealing with all these interactions and whatnot, and then all them soul ties could, like, at some point could just pull you, just keep you pulled down and keep you stuck and keep you tied up and shit. That's why I'm wearing this goddamn spider hoodie. You know what I'm saying? It's like a like a spider web. You know what I'm saying? Like a web, internet, a Charlotte's web of goddamn just bullshit. Like I said, this don't even gotta be like sexual partners like that. Sex is just the joining of two energies. 1 + 1 = 3. So a thought and a feeling coming together, that's gonna create a 3, a surrounding, a mentality, an awareness, a light, some type of information. Now you got a shape and a form, a light. It's like a light shape and a form, but it's like a cloth, some type of first cloth. You could, like, now you could jump in this thing and fly it and sit in it. Information. Now you got a form you could be in. You know, it might be like a very thin, like, first, like, light body kind of cloth, smoky kind of body. You know, it's a steamy body, spaceship kind of, you know, vehicle, plane. You know, planes and shit. But yeah, that be the homie cheeses, man. You might have a high body count. I'm talking about, like, just for example, like celebrities for sure. You know what I'm saying? They be the first people in these energies that I'm talking about. They got big high body counts and shit, right? Especially being celebrity. They went on tours and shit, different cities. They going here, going there, Ubering bitches to the hotel, Airbnbs, like, you name it, right? They got money. They got more access to be available to people that want to, like, you know what I mean, get their energy and stuff. So they got more succubuses and vampires and shit to deal with in their own lives and whatnot. So, for example, like a little Boosie or something, or if you've seen, like, these 20 versus 1s and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not knocking nobody. Everybody having they time and shit. Like, it's not certain things people need to do. They might have to do a lot of catching up. Maybe in the previous lives they wasn't doing no fucking. So now in this life, somehow they feel like they got to catch up. So now they doing, like, the most and shit. So, like, but that might be what they need to do for. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real quick though, this is some race. Look at this racism, man. Look at that shit. This person got the Ghostbuster sticker on the whip. They know the ghost was the natives and shit. So that whole that was a whole goddamn. You know what I mean? Look at that. They was really saying we anti-natives. We trying to get rid of the ghosts. You know what I mean? And the red circle. You know what I mean? With the white. So that's like that whole Apple concept and shit. White on the inside, red on the outside. Now I'm starting to peak game more and shit. But yeah, that was crazy. And the crazy part is I found this I came across this little sticker one day. I slapped it in here. So this is my anti-police sticker. You know what I'm saying? Not to share all of my, but this is like something I kind of put my intent and my willpower into to kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like some magic that I'm practicing as far as using my imagination and whatnot and my creativity. But this is real shit. So yeah, I'm anti like the KKK, the police. You know, it's my anti the KKK sticker. Look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm anti the. You know what I'm saying? I'm anti the KKK, and that's my anti-police sticker. The police show up, they ain't fucking with me. They might, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, all right, man, we just go. Yeah, all right, you know, you're good to go. You know what I mean? We'll give you, all right, man, blah 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 blah. Just gotta go or something though. Like, yeah, that's as most is gonna be, bro. That's most they gonna try to tell me like, all right, you still gotta leave or something though. And I'll be like, all right, I get it, but you know, you ain't going nowhere. Shit like that. So, but yeah, so the high body count, that'd be a big deal, especially if you ain't aware of it. For those people in the world, you ain't doing the shadow work and shit. You ain't doing the because it's not just like you can't just like that's not some shit you could just get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had memories and like real time with individuals and shit. You gotta really. It's not like you can erase it necessarily, but you know what I mean? It'd be energies, it'd be forces, it'd be spirits, spaces. Spirits just meaning multiple spaces. So it'd be all these multiple spaces and where thoughts and feelings get derived out of. And certain spaces are just real nasty and toxic and dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about some of this shit y'all be doing with y'all partners and shit. And then you think about like, damn, I got a soul. Now I got to tie with that but you know it started with you though. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror, like for real, deal with that shit, and then act accordingly and move forward. If you know what I'm saying, if you actually want to change. But at the end of the day, even then, it's like you still got these ties to people that they may not give a fuck, and all they dirty, you know what I'm saying? They corrupt energies and shit. They could just be a whole smorgasbord of getting ran through wherever they at. Here you are as a homie cheese trying to hold it down in your life and go to work or be productive or some shit. And you went, you know what I'm saying? Or you might be, you know, a rapper or some shit. You might be in the booth and shit. Now you in the booth thinking about one of the, you know what I'm saying? One of the hoes you had or something. And one of the, you know what I'm saying? It was like a one night stand. And one of them, you know what I'm saying? But now you try to you think about this like this one bitch, her thoughts of, you know what I'm saying? She just like coming in the booth and clouding up your creative process and shit. Now you can't think about, you know what I'm saying? Nothing other than that. But you might even make a song about it. And then the song might be trash. Yeah, that might be the end of your career if you was like a singer or a rapper. So you might make a song about a female or something. You know what I'm saying? Or just even, or just make a song and then, but just, she might be on your mind or somewhere in the back of your mind or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bitches on you or some shit. And then now you making songs and shit. Who knows? You might make a certain song and then goddamn that female might hear it from wherever she at. You know what I'm saying? If you a little Dirk rapper or somebody or something. You know what I'm saying? You have bitches listening to your music. They might be heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? Because you out here with other hoes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not with them and stuff. They gonna be mad and stuff. Now you got all this energy coming your way. People want to see your downfall and stuff because you broke their heart and stuff. You got them wet, and panties wet and stuff. Now you know what I'm saying? But they wanted to have maybe they had other ideas and shit, or they whatever. Now they sleeping with the ops. Now they sleeping with one of your ops. Yeah, and now you know what I'm saying? Now you got some time. You like here you go having ops and shit, but now you fuck around with a bitch that's fucking around with the niggas you don't like. So what does that say about you? Yeah, it's like that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of shit. You gotta really look at yourself, really look at your situations, and you gotta really look at like how you even here in your circumstance that you was kind of born into and shit like that, in your region, geographical location, and all that. All that is important. But yeah, the shit be lingering, like like that one song. I forgot the bitch name from the band, but it's like the Cherries or something. Do you have to let it linger? Or the Fergie, you know what I'm saying? Or the Fergie song. But yeah, man. All right, then the females. So real quick, just to wrap it up, homie cheeses, y'all might be trying to do business and shit like that. That might be why you might be getting certain energies if you say you trying to have a business meeting with somebody over about your music or something. If you're an artist, say you talking to like the other managers and shit, you trying to do some business with maybe a different artist or something. But here you go, you got certain soul ties and shit. You got certain energies in your you know what I'm saying, still kind of lingering around and shit. That shit might stop or prevent or kind of play out as like a blockage from you getting that deal or something, or getting that commercial deal, or getting that sponsorship or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just you having certain energies you ain't dealt with and cleared up and whatnot. Cause your mind is like it's like your mind is like, in a sense, like I said, like a spaceship. You can even look at it like a tree. You know what I'm saying? Say your mind's like a tree or a garden. You might have had planted certain seeds that became certain trees or plants, or certain flowers and shit that bared certain fruits. And then once you pluck them fruits, aka you had that experience with that person, and then the time went by after the fact, you might have realized like, oh, that wasn't a good fruit to eat for me. That wasn't a good fruit for me to eat. You know what I'm saying? Or that plant or that whole goddamn section might be infested with some shit. Yeah, you don't like, y'all don't understand. Like millions and billions of people in the world, like y'all don't understand. So everybody like got some kind of ties in some kind of way, whether they know it or not. But sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. You know what I mean? So if you got a lot of these ties, you might have to like take an esoteric like fire baptism bath. You know what I mean? You gotta go walk through the fire. Go listen to a Kanye song, walk through the fire. Shaka Khan, go listen to Shaka Khan. Good Aries energies and stuff. Um, yeah, that part. You know what I mean? It'd be certain influences still attached to your vessel, and it's not until you pretty much acknowledge them shits, or kind of like clear that up with yourself. That shit gonna be kind of like a part of your body armor, you could say, right? Your makeup. You know what I'm saying? So look at a lot of people out here. Yeah, they might be having all the money and shit, all the whatever, the success and all that. But do they look happy? You know what I'm saying? Are they happy with themselves? Do they energy when they take a picture and put it on Instagram or some shit? Or you see them? What do they energy show? Like, I just seen Ray J last night, for example. That nigga all quote unquote all fat and chubby and bloated. And that's not knocking no fat people or nothing. But I remember Ray J when he wasn't all big and bloated like that. I remember when Ray J was like, okay, when he first came out or something. And then all that Kim Kardashian shit, right? Yeah, okay. So hey, that's how he kind of got known and shit. He was already singing and whatnot. People knew him, LA shit. And shout out to Ray J. I seen Ray J at the BET Awards. What was that, last year? At some point, like past couple years or so. I was out there doing like, not valet, but I was out there doing like security guard type shit. And motherfuckers was pulling up, you know what I'm saying, for the BET Awards. So a whole bunch of cars and trucks and stuff. So yeah, I got to see Ray J bounced out that motherfucker and shit. Shout out to Ray J. But shit like that, man, like, dude, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if bruh's happy with himself at this point, especially when, like, you know what I'm saying, you got known for around with Kim Kardashian and shit, and then you go, and then after that, you gotta have, you know what I'm saying, as a man, you gotta, like, come on, bruh. You known for Kim Kardashian, dude. That probably hurt in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? That had to have, like, played out as doors getting slammed in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? He might have won. He probably had a bunch of opportunities. Other, you know what I mean? Wasn't he on Disney and shit before too? Before all that, wasn't he on Disney and stuff? He was doing shows and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Now he's like, people know, like, okay, now we can't. They can't even put you on TV now, bro. And if they do, it had to be like some funny shit or something. But like, you get what I'm saying? So that was just a quick little example of how like that might play out. You got all these little ties and shit, and then you know, say somebody you interacted with, they doing on whatever they doing on their end, and then that energy, that line still there between y'all. That's going like it's like an exchange going on, and whatever you, and then vice versa. Whatever you do, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you might do some shit, and then this is how like sometimes this shit play out in my life. How I seen it on some weird shit. Here you go trying to do all the good shit, and then it's like you feel like you getting drained, and then you don't even know, like you ain't really met the bitch. But say you took a break from a female, then you like linked up with her after like some time or something. Here you go, like you remember like you might have the shit out of her or something, and then y'all went y'all ways and shit, and then here you go experiencing whatever the fuck you experience. You know, hardships and shit. You working hard and shit. You trying to like just get it out the mud and stuff, survive, keep going. And then you link up, say you link up with that individual again. They all set up and shit. They might have a new place to be at. They might have a whip. They might have a job. All kind of good ass shit. You be like scratching your head like, hey, wait, hold on, what the fuck? You get what I'm saying? You gotta look at yourself like, was my energy going to this person? Cause you be kind of feeling like, I feel like I deserve what this person is experiencing right now, but it's them though, and then they might be dumb as shit or some shit. They might have been like a tweak, who knows? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or they might just be a hoe or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? And here you go, you got all these, and then that person got traumas and shit. You know what I'm saying? That you gonna be affected by in some kind of way if you don't clear it up. If you just like letting, like, man, whatever. You don't know how to deal with it. If you're not looking at yourself, subconscious evaluations, whatever the fuck you got to do, man. Even if that means maybe going to get a new chick in certain instances. Sometimes you got to go get a better chick, not like keep going to get the same chicks you've been getting. You got to go get a whole new chick that you probably don't even try to smash, and probably don't even really interact with her too much like that. Just keep it on a certain tangent, like you know why you interacting with her, and then y'all, and just keep it like that. Keep it sweet, keep it short, to the point. You know what I mean? Keep it sour, however you want to phrase it. But try not to like. So that's what I'm realizing more so. Like, how much are you getting invested into other people on a percentage level? You know what I'm saying? And if it's worth it or not long term, from like where you at, like all kind of shit, like real like, I hate to say, like, I'm not looking at people like things and shit. I don't want to sound like a user, but this is how your mind kind of has to be though when you're like an esoteric farmer, when you're in that spiritual space of growing and growing up, at least with yourself. You get what I'm saying? You gotta at least grow yourself and raise yourself and crop out your own plane and your own land, and you know what I'm saying, and do your own harvestings and leveling. You gotta level your own dirt and shit. Nobody gonna do it for you. Nobody's gonna level your dirt. Nobody's gonna pick up all that horse shit. It might be all kind of horse shit just all over your property and stuff from all these whores and shit that you is interacting with. Yeah, on the spiritual tip. This is what I'm talking about. Motherfucker, for all you homie cheeses out there, you might have had so many interactions with all these whores and shit, all these horses and stuff. Riding different horses. You know what I'm saying? Going here on a horse, going there with the horse. You know what I'm saying? Galloping on this kind of horse. You know what I'm saying? Raw riding with that horse. You get it? And then motherfucking you got all these horses on the property and stuff that you might have went and did X, Y, or Z, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You might have went and did some other things and kind of just like, let the horses be the horses and shit like that. But then they went and like, you got acreage and shit. You might have a whole country's worth of land, like, you know what I'm saying, land and shit in your life, in your inner world. You got a whole country's worth of stuff. Inner world, like a world, like a world, not world, a world. This ain't fucking Wario. I ain't fucking Wario and shit. But yeah, you might, and then all these whores dropping all the horse shit. You know what I'm saying? Or if you was with some Tauruses, you might have some bulls. And you might have some bullshit on your property, whatever kind of shit, you know what I'm saying, from the creatures that you were like exchanging with and sharing space with, and then out of that joining of the two energies, y'all created some type of new shit. So whatever the new shit y'all created, that creature, that's like a creature between y'all, and y'all got a co-parent. You got to co-parent that creature, and it might be an ugly ass bastardized child. You know what I'm saying? You got to co-parent. And that'd be a thing too. A lot of the don't let it play out like where you have a baby with one of these interactions and shit. That's even more of an attachment. And now you got like actual living creature being, other spirit that is in a body that kind of derived. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So this shit is serious. You can't just be out here piping any old goddamn black hole down. You can't just be jumping into any old wormhole and shit. You can't just be jumping into any old goddamn hole. Shout out to Kales and shit. Shout out to Kalesito, Rip Hole and stuff. That's what the Washi Who did. They didn't understand that. They came over here. They thought you know what I'm saying? They thought it was a nice hole, this womb and shit. The Western lands, the womb and shit, the feminine energy. They thought it was a good hole to just kind of like, they thought, oh yeah, we're gonna jump right in, like a pool and stuff. Wrong. Here we are today. They never got out of the hole. They never got out the hole. They was already in the hole in Europe. They should have just stayed over there, and they dug it deeper though, and then they expanded their holism, and then they like brought their whole shit into like, they was trying to escape that hole, and they kind of did, and then they were like, but then they brought all that baggage, all that soul tied sex interactions and shit. They brought all that shit over here. So we can see this, what I'm talking about, playing out like on the broadest level, even just with the men and women in charge of this goddamn system at the moment. And all the things that played out just for everybody to get to this point. You know what I'm saying? Grape. It was heavy grape back in the day. There was no cameras, and laws was like made up. So like nobody was gonna stop somebody from graping somebody out in the wild. You know what I'm saying? It was like the wild west. The police are gonna show up afterwards and clean up the mess. Bars. Yeah, bars. And even more bars. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time they're gonna show up, to put somebody in bars. But there was a time where they didn't have bars yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, the point is, if somebody gonna knock you down, they gonna knock you down, and you better watch. You better not. Yeah, you better be careful who you dealing with. And that's another thing too with the homie cheeses. Don't be out here. Yeah, homie cheeses get all these females and shit. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, you get a bunch of interactions, experiences, and then you got to deal with all the people that she dealing with to some degree. You know what I mean? Even if you separate and you go elsewhere, you still dealing with all them influences and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like that shit might be stopping you from growing and going ahead and going about your spiritual path and doing what you need to do here in this life, going about your mission, and you know what I'm saying, and sticking your stick, you know, setting, putting your name on the map or whatever you want to, however you want to like look at it and stuff and shit. But or you know, do what you got to do and shit. You know, live your life and have experiences and stuff. That's what we all here to do, to grow and expand ultimately, and we're here to learn and try to do our best to like not harm each other and shit like that. But in a lot of ways, pain is like the only way we really grow, because it's like it's deep. Like you ain't gonna know pleasure without pain. So pain in a sense is first, because it don't start out pleasurable, then it starts hurting. Bitches would not be fucking. Yeah, bitches would not be fucking if they was like, if it hurt, if it felt good, and then it starts hurting. You know what I'm saying? No, it probably hurts and then it feels good. Like it hurts, feels good. It's not feels good, then it starts to hurt. Well, it could go either way. It's like both. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you kind of like, yeah, you try to hold on to a relationship or something because it feels good, but then that shit starts to hurt. You know what I mean? To the point you might even motherfuckers get quote unquote. Because I don't believe in like relationships no more and stuff, so I don't really look at like cheating and stuff. But at one point, you know, that whole concept, or for people who still out there in these, you know, these concepts, you might get cheated on because you like that feel good. You wanted, that was like a feel good. It was like a moment. It was like a temporary high or something. You was trying to hold on to that and stretch it out and make it last longer and savor it. You know what I mean? Like a piece of candy or something. And then you might fuck around and get your feelings hurt, or you get hurt because you had no business trying to save a piece of candy like that. You know what I'm saying? We should have just got them, you know, ate the little Jolly Rancher. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to eat the Jolly Rancher and then like spit it out. Niggas want to eat the Jolly Ranchers and then they like spit them out, put them back in the wrapper. You know, and they all like melted down and shit. They all like getting, you know what I'm saying? It's all like shriveling up. It's getting like smaller. You know, like when the candy melts in the tear gas, it starts to like, you know, it starts to disappear and shit. You try to like save it up in the wrapper. Niggas is stupid. Oh shit. Niggas just trying to hold on to a moment that they had like 15 years ago in high school or something. Now they might have a baby mama or something. You know what I mean? That same bitch is her baby mama, but she fucking on everybody else. And he just got the kids and shit. You know what I mean? You know, he might not be a player like that. He ain't getting so much play and stuff. His bitch running him and shit. You know what I'm saying? The baby mom's the BM. She's the daddy. She's the father madam in the house. You know what I'm saying? Homie Cheese lost his masculine position. He don't really exist at that point. He got to figure out how like exist again. Be aware of himself and be an image that's respectable and shit like that. And not some bitch, some punk ass, bitch ass, weak ass thought. The bitches be tougher than the homie cheeses these days. That's what's fucked up. You know what I mean? Dude, give all that importance to some vagina, and the bitch thinking like she thinking this is just my body parts. Nigga, why are you falling in love with my body part? With my one part of my body. And then she probably thinking she knows she more, like she knows she ain't shit either. So it's like the bitch be thinking like, damn, nigga be why were you're not supposed to make it that important? We just here, you know, shit, we all gonna die one day. We supposed to just be fucking. That's how a bitch really think. Or this is just how the native energy was. Like, we here, you know what I mean? Let's dance, let's make some food, Let's make clothes. Let's, you know, make sure we hear shit. We good. Okay, we good. We get to fucking. Okay, we get to sleeping. Okay, we do it again. Like, until we die type of shit. And then we go, but you ain't going nowhere. But, you know, it's not, you know, they just want to be, you know, bitch want to be all secure and shit. And they might have narky ways of going about that because they more vulnerable and shit. But, you know, because they ain't just like, homie Cheese could just grab a female up and just abuse her at any given moment, right? What is the police gonna do? Like, I don't understand people in the world. Like, there's nothing stopping somebody from grabbing somebody up and putting them in the back seat in the trunk, unless there's other people around or something, right? But like, you catch somebody, you can catch somebody slipping easily in the world, in this man-made world, and then shit, people, yeah, but people just be moving around, walking around like it's just good and shit. You know what I'm saying? People go missing and shit out here. All this is intertwined, man. This is all intertwined. The body counts and shit. You know what I'm saying? There's people. All right, let's because I be catching all kind of bodies and stuff. In a real, you know what I'm saying? In a like also also not just some human animalistic shit. I be catching bodies for real. There's females out here that set niggas up. They do, like, they use that, you know what I'm saying? That's what, so like sex can be used as a weapon. That's not cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now there's times where, you know, you gotta fight fire with fire. Maybe something happened, occurred, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But people that are just doing that, they just like preying on people and setting niggas up. And they using that V. You know what I mean? They using that V, you know what I'm saying? People get killed, bro. There's been a lot of people in the world that got killed over some females. And females setting them up. You know what I mean? And then the ops or whoever, you know what I mean? Sliding on the homie Cheese. You know what I'm saying? And then now homie Cheese is a story to all his family members and relatives and friends and shit. Now homie Cheese is a story about why a female was da 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 da. When the whole time, really, it's not even probably wasn't even the female's fault a lot of times. The females just get a bad rap because the females is being a female. But in a lot of ways, the female knows some like more like intuitive shit down the line, like if things were to play out going forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying people ain't manipulative. I ain't saying like everybody narcs. So I ain't justifying nothing, but I'm just in certain instances, like you don't know what a female is thinking. You don't know what somebody's thinking. It could be a weird ass homie Cheese. Somewhere down the line, he might be like an abuser. You know what I'm saying? He might just like want to abuse her every day, whether that's mentally or physically. And then she might be catching that vibe, like this nigga seems kind of like he might abuse me at some point. She might start planning her escape right there at that moment. You know what I mean? But keep you around because you know you might still like, you know, you still at like stage like, you know, DEFCON 1 or something. You ain't hit like DEFCON 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yet. So she got you at like the beginning stage where you still mellow or something. You know, you might want to cash out on her or yeah, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And then that's where like niggas get they get played at and shit. And the whole time she might be plotting on your ass because she cooler with some whole other niggas that is cool and solid. And then it might be plotting on you because you might be a trick type of nigga that just want to trick off and shit. You don't really know yourself and you ain't got no actual purpose. It don't matter what you're doing. You could have a running, you could be making money and shit like that. But if it's not who you really are and you not fulfilled on your spiritual path as far as your purpose, being what you need to do and who you need to be in this life, it don't matter what you got. You know what I'm saying? And anybody could pick up on that. So it'd be shit like that. You know, you get set up real quick over some sex out here. You know, so you gotta be cool who you interacting with. You gotta be cool who you even choosing to want to exchange with. You gotta think of it like a business deal. Cause it's moose season. You know, so I'm looking at like shit nowadays. Shit, at this point, the way shit is kind of sold up, you gotta treat yourself like a for real. Like you're a business, you're a company. You gotta represent yourself. You gotta represent who you are, and I ain't representing myself the best at the moment. I can say that. So I need to. I know that's where I need to clean it up and shit. And probably shouldn't even get online until I do so. But this needed to be said, you know what I mean? Because the body count shit is serious. A lot of people be wondering why they got problems and shit going on. You might have interacted with certain people, and then now that combined like baby creature mind body world like space or not, the surrounding that three that y'all created. You know what I'm saying? That little try, like it's 1, 2, and then that little, you know what I mean? That little, you know what I mean? Y'all having an interaction. And then if y'all adding on to that, meaning adding on other people, other ties and shit, now y'all got this, you guys, now everybody just all over the place. So I ain't saying like you ain't supposed to have multiple partners. There's a way to go about certain things. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain way to go about it. And the European shit kind of came over here and like kind of corrupted shit and kind of like confused a lot of the energies of just this native land of what was going on prior to any like goth Odin club like Matrix VIP, you know, the all like in the club type of shit. Nothing wrong with it. Shout out to 50 Cent, but like, you know what I mean? Like just all that club energy, like a lot of shit goes down in the club, man. A lot of shit. I watched The Matrix, bro. I seen what goes on in the club, bro. And I seen what you don't see. That there's shit that goes on in the club you don't see. But you see it, you know it's there though. So it's like you see it, but it's like you see it's like some unseen shit that you see. You're like, is this what? In the what? Get the bartender right there serving. Oh, okay, that makes sense why they got drinks. You know, you start peeping, like you start looking real like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. There's a lot of like real evil spirits in the world. So again, for the homie cheeses, you know what I'm saying? You might be feeling all depressed. You might be in a certain like funk or something. You know what I'm saying? A certain kind of mood or some shit. You know, you go about your day and stuff, but then you come home and then you get you get away from everybody and shit. You might be real good at like putting on that like that fake it till you make it energy. That front amongst your day, right? But then you get home and shit. You in your room, you get ready to go sleep at night. You might just you might just be the most, you might bawl your eyes out in the shower, you know what I'm saying, in the bathroom. You might just have a cry session. And you don't know why, you don't know why. It's because you got all these fucking, these like energies and shit still haunting you. And still like chasing you around and like reminding you and shit like that. Ooh, oh, it's real shit. You got real spirits still like in your presence that you need to, banish, get rid of, or put to use or something, or transmute. You know what I'm saying? So like in a certain ways. That's why I used that example earlier about the like a rapper or something being in the studio. You could do it. It just depends on how you do it. You could do it in a real creative way, to where you make a song about, you know what I'm saying. There was a lot of those songs in the world where like people make a song about their relationship or whatever, and then they end up being a song that does well or something, right? Or people can relate to and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or be a song like a testimony kind of song, opposed to the song that's like somebody was bitter, somebody was goddamn being a hater to themselves and others, somebody was unaware, they was being ignorant. You know what I mean? They just missed the point. You know what I mean? Missed the whole point about the song. Or a good example, Sexy Red, fuck my baby daddy. That's the positive. That's the high octave of it. Fuck my baby daddy. You know what I mean? That's like how she felt and shit, but she turned it into a positive thing. Now it could be still negative depending on octaves and shit, but in a sense, she turned that into a positive instead of being maybe a female in that situation or in a different situation, similar situation, but like a different female in her own life that might have their baby daddy on child support. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making that song They could have, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of females out here with kids and shit. They could have been made a song called "Fuck My Baby Daddy," but they wasn't Sexy Red to do it like Sexy Red and shit like that. But y'all get what I'm saying? They might have didn't have the mind, you know what I'm saying, to bend in on itself to become the body and the actions and the thoughts and feelings and shit for that person to come up with a fuck my baby daddy song. You know what I'm saying? They might have just like, man, fuck. They might have really felt like that, but in the lower octave, and then they might have put their baby daddy on child support, or they might have like went and fucked on the baby daddy's friend or something, or you know what I'm saying, to start beef between the baby daddy's friend and the baby. You know what I'm saying? Now the baby daddy beefing with his homie Cheese friend over his BM shit, and then it's a mess at that point. You know what I mean? All kind of shit. So it's like, you gotta like watch it. All right, females out there, y'all. I'm gonna make this real brief. Females out there, y'all got high body count. Y'all already know all the you know what I'm saying? I don't even really gotta say too much about that. But a female with a high body count, this is why she might be experiencing like blockages or setbacks or you know, not being maybe in a certain position that she might see that she might want to be in, or she think she deserves or some shit, right? It's pretty much the same as the homie cheeses, but I guess it's more accepted. Females get more acceptance, right? Because they the receiving energy. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's kind of both. It kind of goes both ways. Like homie cheeses could get away with it because they, all right, homie cheeses. You know what I'm saying? But then females is out here fucking a lot of dudes and shit. It's almost like it's gross. It's almost gross. You know what I'm saying? Because the female energy in the body, as far as out here and stuff, what we talk about, the female body is more already of the like the receiving energy. You know what I'm saying? So the female's already receiving more of the influences of this atmosphere already by default. So that's how a homie, this, at least this is how I'm thinking about it. Like, I want to say this is how dudes are thinking about it, because I come to this conclusion, or I peep game, like, all right, that's how homie cheeses are interacting, whether it's on like a 20 versus 1 or some shit, or I'm looking at that female, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that bitch kind of ratchet. I could, you know, everybody got their preference, but I be peeping game. Like, some people might like a certain female, and then other people might be turned off by a female because they picking up on other shit. You know what I'm saying? So everybody like different, right? But a female with a high body, she gonna have this energy of it's almost gonna be gross. Like, as a man, I want some new shit. If the man is like all right, we going. You know what I'm saying? Constantly trying to, you know, going. You know, you're trying to do some new shit, right? So if a female got like this energy, like she been ran through or something, or she might even be showing that like she want to get ran through, you're like, okay, you know, you start sizing her up depending on who she is and whatnot. But if you're like maybe you thinking about trying to, like, you know, if you're trying to see if you're gonna be attracted to her or not, you're like, I don't know about her. I'm getting this kind of vibe, like, you know, she got all these spirits on her shit. You know what I'm saying? She got all her spirits. She got all these spirits in that box. You know what I mean? She's like just got it all open and stuff. She all open and stuff. She got all them spirits just open, like they just coming out the box. They just flying around. You know what I'm saying? They might be like, you might be talking a bit, here come a spirit like, hey, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you like, whoa, shit, who's that? Wait, hold on, I didn't know you had a brother or something. You know what I'm saying? You start like, wait, hold on, wait, was that your nephew or something? All kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, wait, hold on, was that your grandpa? Was that your uncle? Yeah, bro. They be having all them spirits concealed, and because they like a bottle, you know. So imagine like a female being a bottle. Genie in the bottle, baby, and then I gotta run you know. Yeah, she got all these energies. You know what I'm saying? Like if she's the bottle, you know what I'm saying? That's like alcohol, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like some real toxic influence. It's gonna be some toxic. You know what I'm saying? So the more like, you know what I'm saying, the more was added on, the heavier and the more like disgusting the drink is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like absinthe or something. Yeah, like some shit like that. Some like real like ugh, like Ugh, bitch, you're green. Like, ugh, you got green stuff. You got green liquid and shit. I'm not drinking you. I don't even want to touch you. If I take a shot of you, I'll be fucked up for the rest of my life. Shit like that. It's like because man, homie, she's want a new experience. So it's like the bitch that got the most bodies and shit. She's the least fresh. Yeah, she's the most expired. She's you know what I'm saying? She might have been first. Like, you know, on a spiritual tip, she might have been like out the gate. You know what I'm saying? She might have like jumped you know what I'm saying? She might have been like first in that race. And that, you know what I'm saying? But then as soon as that track meet is over, no pun intended, as soon as that track meet is over and all the running is done, it catches up, right? There's miles on that bitch. You wanna go spend? Are you gonna go buy are you gonna go buy a used car or some shit? You gonna go buy a used vehicle that got like 500,000 miles on it, pushing it 600,000? You know what I'm saying? All kind of wear and tear on the you know what I'm saying? Wear and tear. Or you know, like want to go buy like you know what I'm saying? Like at least a cool, you know what I mean, 50,000, 100,000 at the most. You know what I mean? But like you really want a brand new whip. That's how man think. Man think like, man, I really want like a brand new goddamn, you know what I'm saying? I want a brand new, you know what I'm saying? Or like at least something that ain't been driven a lot. Like, okay, it might have like 10,000 miles on it. Might be at like 30,000, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 80,000, 100,000. Yeah, like my shit, I got 168,000 in my, like, this is cool. I could, you know what I'm saying? It's manageable. I'm rocking 168,000. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not even at 2 yet. But if this was at like 4 when I bought it, I would have been trying to talk the dude down like, nah, bro, I'm not paying no 2 bands, or I'm not paying 2 for it. I'll give you like 500 for it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that kind of conversation, y'all. But like a female not really gonna look at herself like that, because she might be like, you know what I'm saying? She might know she ran through or something. So she think her shit is the bomb because she had a bunch of dudes in her life and shit. No, bitch. You're not. You're actually more or less attractive because there's more niggas inside of you and left. They didn't stay either. Yeah, it wasn't like just one nigga or 2 niggas that stayed. No, you had about 100 plus 200 niggas that came in your house, took some shit, grabbed a plate and dipped. And they probably made it. They might have dropped some ketchup on the couch. They might have dropped some, you know what I'm saying, some hot sauce on the table here and there. They might have left some stains on the toilet. Yeah, all kind of little situations and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bitch don't know she's a house. So she's a home, bitch. You the Hogan, bitch. You supposed to be sacred, bitch. I don't want to like come home and there's like 500 other spirits in the house. I come home from hunting and gathering, do my hunting man shit all day and stuff. I don't want to come home and there's 500 other spirits I gotta now battle in the house, plus your ass. Or even if I hit, even if I'm like not even trying to keep you, like I'm not trying to jump in them waters and say that's the ocean or something. Bitch, you got all kind of creatures in your shit that you ain't fucking flushed out. Bitch, you got all kind of spirits still swimming around in them current waters, and you know, you got previous current events and shit still lingering around, bitch. I don't want to go swimming in that, bitch. I might get eaten by something. I might get eaten by something. You know what I'm saying? The ocean itself might eat me. Yeah, I might somehow get eaten by the lips in the ocean itself. Fuck around and not get out. You know what I'm saying? That's like for all you, if you ever had any Pisces coochie. I jumped in Pisces coochie and never got out. Damn, that was you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with my first time interaction and shit, but I'm just saying, I jumped in some Pisces coochie. My life was never the same. Ever since then, it's like my life just kind of spiraled into a totally other direction. It could have went down. It could have maybe went on a certain tangent that was like, you know what I'm saying, kind of more promising. I'm still on my way, but shit, like nigga, it's been kind of hectic. I ain't gonna cap. But yeah, man, homie cheeses out here don't want no female with a high body count, bro. Well, I mean, at least I don't. I can't speak for all the other homie cheeses and stuff, but I don't. I would think most homie cheeses don't want a female with a high body count. Like I'm saying, she got all them like extra ties to her house. Okay, if the man's like the vision, the light, you know what I'm saying, the female's receiving, you know what I'm saying, she's not even gonna be able to receive correctly. She's not even, you know what I'm saying, you could be giving her like, you know what I'm saying, you could be giving her like super pipe. You might be giving, you know what I'm saying, you could be in your prime giving her like real, you know what I'm saying, super saiyan pipery. And then here she go, not even like being grateful, not even appreciating it. It's gonna be like regular. It's just, she's gonna be like rolling her eyes probably, like she's not happy with herself. You know what I'm saying? She's not happy with herself. She might fake it even. You know, she gonna act like she gonna act like she gonna act like, but you tell like, man, this bitch fake it, right? This bitch fake as fuck right now. You know what I'm saying? This bitch putting on this fake ass, like, this fake ass shit. Like, bitch, I'll be like thinking, bitch, shut the fuck up. I'll be thinking, bitch, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'll be trying to cover the bitch face up and shit, mouth, and shut up. I'll be like, shut up, bitch. I might slap her a little bit, you know, on some. But yeah, you just thinking like, shut up, bitch. I don't even want to look at you. You know what I'm saying? Turn around. I don't even want to look at you, bitch. You're not the vision, bitch. You're not the man. I don't want to see you. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to even look at. There's nothing like this. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing beautiful there to even really look at. Honestly, bitch. You know you're ugly. You know you're not supposed to, like, you in existence is some ugly shit. It receives. It could look beautiful, but only because I gave it to you, bitch. If you getting some your thoughts from some dirty ass ugly homie cheese, and you did that 100 times, bitch, you gonna be just as ugly as all them homie cheeses you was interacting with, bitch. I don't care how fucking big your ass is. I don't care if you got a BBL. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. She gonna be just as ugly because she ain't flushed them thoughts out yet. You know what I mean? She ain't got rid of them thoughts yet. And a lot of them thoughts might have had certain feelings from their mama. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of homie cheeses was raised by their mama and stuff. So a lot of the homie cheeses gonna have certain thoughts and feelings that their mom was, you know what I'm saying, not maybe dealt with and shit. So we all like be carrying on like generational curses and shit, be carrying over and shit. So keep that in mind too. Like, keep that in mind too. Be aware of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just listen to the wind. You know what I mean, on that one. You know what I mean? Like, the wind be talking. You know, the wind be talking. Good old, you know, good old honey and stuff. But yeah, man. No, but it's like, you want to buy a new house, or you want to go like buy a bando. That's all, like, fucking, that house is like, yeah, it's been around forever. It's all, you know, it's like, now it's a trap house. You know, like, it's all boarded. You know, you got fucking windows all busted up and nobody even, you know what I'm saying? Trap house. You know what I'm saying? You want a brand new house? Acreage, open space, some new shit, you know what I'm saying? Good air and stuff, yeah, and good, like, Montana air, like go in Montana somewhere, yeah, or like Ohio or somewhere where, you know, you got some space, you got some trees, you know, some trees and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can grow fruits and plants and shit in your backyard, start a little garden or something. You want one of those houses? One of those one of those homes and shit? Where you could, like, build some shit, establish some shit. There's gonna be some, you know, level-headed, some leveled shit going on. It's not gonna be all, the ground's gonna be all uneven and shit. Nah, you don't want no uneven grounds and shit. Don't be starting no like, you building a legacy energies with some uneven ground, home on some like fucking landslide, ready to landslide into the abyss. Some nigga want to, oh yeah, this is a great home, this is a great house to be in, baby. They plant a seed there, have a baby and shit. Now it's like, this is why the world be the way it is. And I'm not just talking about this body count shit from just like on some sexual shit. No, this is important because a lot of people be in these situations, like I'm saying, and then they might have kids out of these kind of the where their mind was at, and to be in this dumbass situation to begin with whoever they dealing with, and then they have kids out of that same energy or something. Like, it might be some real toxic. They might be two people that really hate each other at some point. You get what I'm saying? They might have, like, it was cool at first, but then it becomes like it's expired. So it's like now it's just death. It's just hate, you know. It's just like death, you know. You don't even, like, y'all don't even stand to be around each other, but you gotta like still somehow pour onto each other and receive, you know what I'm saying, and then give to a child and give life to a life. So it's like you got like this dead thing that created some life, and that life is the accumulation of the dead shit. So what is life really? Death. Life is not even, yeah, you really start really looking at shit like, man, life is not even, for me to even be aware, I had to separate from all possibilities, just no thing, no body. That was life. If anything, that was life. And in that first birth little stage was the last remnants of life. As soon as you started getting into your actual mind, like fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension, and then the 1, 2, and 3 dimension, you're in the death. You're in the death for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever you became aware of, that's gonna become the quote unquote the life that you're gonna experience. And what you became aware of was really you dying in a certain kind of way. You know, like when you become aware of something, like, oh shit, you had to just die, to be aware of something new, right? If you just became aware of something, like you learned some shit, you're like, oh fuck, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't see that before. The old you that was like seeing however you was seeing before, that you just died. You're like you got a brand new like duplication kind of like mimic of a mind. Like you're still you, but like you're not the same you because you just died. So you're like a brand new you and shit. So this is like where like just people in the world just in general just be lost and shit in their own mind and shit, and like they don't be thinking they doing something wrong, but like this is the energy you putting out into the world. You know what I'm saying? And then if you had kids and shit, like I'm saying, you're bringing them thoughts and feelings into the world and shit. Like now you got a kid, that's like y'all creature that y'all just joined and produced as like an offspring of what y'all, you know how y'all merged and blended, and then y'all pushed out this new fucking thing and shit. This is what I am. I'm like a mixture of some whole bunch of shit, and then, you know what I'm saying, the last generation of adults and shit. But like I'm like an interesting, because my mom was kind of older than my dad or something, so I didn't have like an immature, like when my mom had me, she was already like in her 40s and shit. You know, that's a difference. That's a thing too, like the age and the time and the distance and closeness between people and shit, and what people are doing in their life and in between, and how they feel, how you feel fulfilling yourself, and how you going about using your time in this world, and all kind of shit. All that adds up to the energy you finna be receiving from whoever you just soul tied and interacted with. You know what I'm saying? Whether they own shit or not, you know what I mean? They could be a sexy red, or they could be a fucking you know what I'm saying? You might have a sexy red type of like person in the world that you interacted with, or you got a fucking shit, I guess a no name somewhere. You forget the name. Like, who? I don't even know who they was. Where, huh? You know what I'm saying? Unknowns and shit. And you got a bunch of unknowns and stuff. Now you got a bunch of like you got like a bunch of like lost missing, you got a bunch of flyers and shit. You out there on your esoteric on your property or something. You like going around the your neighborhood and stuff. You slapping like little missing flyers on the little poles, on the little signs. Oh yeah. You slapping little like on the poles and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like right there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all, some people in the world, like they going around in the esoteric hoods and shit, slapping like missing flyers on the goddamn poles and shit. They try to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? They try to like get that person back that they missed or something. You know what I'm saying? That person probably going about their life or something. You miss them. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all might have had a bing, and then they going here, you might have went that way or something, right? And then y'all might link again at some point. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's a big world. Life is, you ain't going nowhere. Y'all might see each other again, but some people get lost and be like, oh no, I need them right now. And all that kind of retarded shit. I'll be like, are you retarded, bitch? You don't need me. What? I mean, you kind of do, but I can't. You already knew I wasn't gonna be able to stay here forever. And if I tried, you would have just got mad at me for trying to stay forever. So, bitch, what did you complain? Like, stop whining. I'm gonna see your ass again and shit like that. So yeah, it'd be a lot of like complexities. There's a lot of ins and outs and shit. But that's a real thing though. I'm gonna get back to the children thing, because that's what's creating the next to become. So if people had a bunch of kids, then their kids or like some, you know what I'm saying, whatever kind of creature, 80s babies or something, right, for example, and then the 80s babies go and have kids, that's gonna be like the, you know what I'm saying, it's like a ripple effect. You know what I mean? It's like always a domino effect. It's always like a just like factor tree. So like one decision could change a whole, like one thought could change everything. One thought could change your life, for real. For real, like, what's a thought? A thought was the first woman was a man. First woman was a man. A thought. The first woman was a man. For you to even first be aware of yourself, you had to receive something. You had to receive yourself first. Subconscious, then the conscious. But it was like a simultaneous thing, but you was subconscious. You was subconscious first, then you was conscious. But it was like two parts of your, that's like that 8 energy. You know, shout out to it's the year of the 8. We wrapping up the year of the 8 and shit like that. Well, we ain't done yet, not until technically till March is the beginning, you know, March 21st. My mom's an Aries, so I know that. I always knew that. I was like, okay, this is the beginning of the spring, because my mom was an Aries. You know, I always knew that. I had to have known that. I'm a double Cancerian. But I always knew that. I always peeped game. I was like, oh, okay, her birthday's beginning of March, and then it'd be spring and shit, right? And then April and shit. So I always like, okay, I couldn't like. And then I started, as I got older, I was like, oh, okay. I had to really think about it. Like, oh, okay, yeah, right. It's just a calendar. But maybe I didn't have the correct starting points of why. I was like, okay, well, why we got a calendar and why we got them saying the beginning of spring is March 21st and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I know why. You know? But yeah, man, this is some shit, dude. Oh, on a broad type of tip. This is the point I wanted to say. All the grape that occurred, all the just the interactions that occurred, whether that was in Europe over there or shit, them niggas coming, you know, the niggas invading Africa and doing all that shit and coming over here and invading the natives and stuff. So think about all the mixtures and the melting pot kind of energy of everybody that was fucking, grandmas that got graped and just smutted out left and right. All kind of just, everybody was getting fucked. Think about all the people. There's billions of people in the world. Niggas was fucking. Niggas was fucking at some point. You know what I'm saying? Just for you to be here. So that's like a, before you even, just you being a baby, you know what I'm saying, you being a child in the world, before you even grow up and have interactions with the opposite sex like that, you're already dealing with all these like soul tie energies and shit from just in the atmosphere of this land and shit, of all the things that occurred and all the thoughts and feelings and all the energies that are still lingering just in this land that ain't been dealt with or acknowledged, you know, by the government or the people of the land, all kind of shit, right? People just ignorant to shit. They just think the air is just invisible, and they just think they got air, like somebody just pumping out air like AC, you know what I'm saying? So they think people just go outside each day and not even be really grateful of their life, because they don't know like what that is. And this shit is really like not even really nothing to be excited about. So that's That's another kind of perspective from the man kind of perspective, as far as like females and shit. Like we don't give a fuck about makeup and shit. You know, and the more makeup a bitch got on, that means that the more she trying to cover up. You know, that means she for sure got more bodies, or she got more insecurities or something. But 9 times, most likely, you know, the chick that looked good and she got a lot of makeup on and shit, and you know that probably the bitch that everybody trying to get at and talk to, you know what I'm saying, smash on. She gonna probably have a more higher body count than maybe the chick with the glasses or something. I mean, it just depends. Like, you know, maybe certain chicks are more, they ain't so open like that. But when you do get them open, woo, you know what I'm saying? But then the chick that just be all open and shit, she just opening the whole village and everybody. But then when you get inside it, you're like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? You have like this bitch was what? What the fuck was this? So I ain't never really like tried to like really get at the tens and shit like that. Like I like flirt and stuff with people and stuff, but I don't be trying to bag tens like that because I already know. I'm like, that bitch is just like I'm a 10. Like I look at myself like I'm a 10. You know what I mean? In some kind of aspect. So I look at, like, I know who I am though. I'm be like, all right, I know internally though, like I'm kind of fucked up and shit. Like, yeah, people look at me on the outside. They're like, oh, da 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 da. You know, they think I'm all cool. People want to be me or something. Or homie cheeses get all like sad and shit when I come in, but they don't know like I'm dealing with shit too. You know what I'm saying? I got my own shit and my own problems internally. Just because I on the outside I look good, that don't mean internally I ain't dealing with some shit everybody dealing with too. So it'd be shit like that. Like, what is this things people don't understand? Like, but that's what a female will be. But I'm a guy though. I'm not a bitch. I got other things to offer. You know what I'm saying? Female just kind of got a few things to offer. Hate to say it. You know, I ain't trying to sound like red pilly or gender biased, but that's just the reality. Like, the bitch really only gonna be cooking, cleaning, fucking, ducking. Yeah, she might duck off. You know, if she got creative shit, that's cool. But bitch, we know bitch really ain't. You know, she could be creative, but then, you know, at some point it might play out like a bitch trying to compete with the homie cheese. So that's kind of the world we're in, where the bitch actually is more of the thought, like she is more of the homie cheese, because homie cheeses ain't out here being homie cheeses and shit. They ain't being like men. And man, we really supposed to be like building and shit, challenging each other, button heads, kind of battling. You know what I'm saying? Not like I gotta hit you up with a musket. But you know, we maybe there was lacrosse games going on, or dancing. Niggas could have dance offs and shit. Why we gotta go to war and shit? Why can't niggas like do like a whole session where we just dance and shit? And whoever got the more athletic Chris Brown type of abilities and shit would win the dance match. But maybe that's why, because not everybody can do Chris Brown type shit, so they feel like they already know they would fucking lose and shit. So they gotta go make a melted metal, make a glockenspiel, you know what I mean, glockenspiel, and then go drill the block, spill the block, because they got a little man syndrome or something, you know, and they already knew they was finna get their ass whooped. So they were like, oh shit, I need something to protect myself. I need a condom. I already know I'm finna get popped. I'm finna pop off or something. You know, I already know shit finna pop off. I need protection. Instead of just being mentally sharp, you know, once you get your mental there, nobody wants to challenge you mentally, because you set your mind all the way beyond. You're like you're like a superhuman at that point, to some degree. You know what I mean? Not like, you know, but you're like, your mind is like super, like you're like a super saiyan at that point. You're like, nobody can fuck with you, because nigga, just your mind being a certain kind of energy, certain kind of presence and shit. You got a certain kind of mind you sharpened up and made. That shit is like a creature for real. That shit is like, damn, that's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, just like, you know what I'm saying? But if you was in some like weak energy, feeling docile and all insecure and stuff and shit like that, you start feeling down about yourself. That's when you start opening up doors and shit for prey. Yeah, and now it's like you put yourself down, and then so you always gotta keep yourself at a certain level and shit. That way You don't be feeling like you need to stoop down to any other body's level, and you ain't gotta pick nobody, bring nobody from some level that ain't supposed to be on your level, and they ain't never gonna be on your level. They don't even know how to even get there for themselves. So don't try to bring somebody to your level and keep them there. You might bring, you know what I'm saying? I'll bring a bitch to the house, but I'll be like, all right, bitch, you gotta fucking go. Bitch, you not, don't get too comfortable, bitch. You ain't finna fucking stay. You can't, I can't, you know what I'm saying? All right, you know what I'm saying? You have fun on this travel, on this journey? She's like, yeah. All right, bitch, I kick her out. Right there, run, right there, the fucking, right there in transit. Bitch get kicked right out the whip. Right there, if it, you know what I'm saying? If it need be, bitch get kicked right out the whip in transit. You know what I'm saying? She'll start doing barrel rolls down the cement, you know, on the side of the road, barrel rolls and shit. They tell her, bitch, good luck. Yeah, start. Call a AAA or something. Call a cab. Call a cab or something. You ain't finna like, you know, if you ain't matching me along on this travel and shit, adding on to the spaceship and a certain okay, bitch, you gotta go. I don't got time for that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you over there? Oh, okay, you showing me that's where you wanna be, you wanna stay there? Oh, okay. All right. You just look at me like I'm a vacation? Oh, okay, all right. You get treated like I'm a vacation. You know what I'm saying? You can't just stay here. You can't just stay here all year long and shit. You know what I'm saying? You get like, yeah, you can get like 1 day or 2. You can go on like a 2-day, 3-day vacation or something, Hawaii or something, or Bahamas or Miami or something. Or, yeah, some type of Southern California or Northern California. Yeah, whatever your vacation preferences is. But bitch, bitch want to look at me like, okay, yeah, all right, cool, all right, I'm a vacation to you. That's fine. You know what? You know what I'm saying? I take that as like a compliment. You know what I'm saying? I got a nice, warm, beachy atmosphere and stuff. Nice, good atmosphere and stuff. But my shit is like rich and expensive, bitch. You can't just get here and if you come to my goddamn beach experience, you gotta pay. You paying Google. You paying Google Guapo. You paying Buku Guap. Yeah. It's not cheap to get to this beach. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm flying you here, like if I'm picking you up and shit like that, you already had to pay for a certain kind of ticket and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. You know what I mean? Unless God told me to do it. Unless God was like, all right, go. They want a sweepstakes real quick. Yeah, they want like a little 2-3 day sweepstakes real quick. You know, we trying to sponsor, you know what I'm saying? You trying to bring, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta bring some tourism, not tourism, but like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta bring some horrors, you know, bring some horrors to my, like my, you know what I'm saying? My lands and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I already got a bunch of hoes and stuff there, but it's like my hoes that are already there, they be like, when are we gonna see some new hoes? I'll be like, hey, goddamn, I get it, yeah. Let's go, let's try to go get some, you know, keep y'all company and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I got warrior thoughts too, on the, you know what I'm saying? They be like, man, hey man, we need some new hoes, man. I'll be like, say less. I got y'all. Say less. I'm gonna go fetch some right now. You know, so I'm gonna go get the best of the best. But just know that they're not gonna be able to stay though. Unless they really fit, you know, unless they really want to stay and shit. But most likely they're not gonna be able to stay because this is just too atmospherical over here. This is just too atmospherical. Y'all are from here, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are from here. Y'all are equipped to be here. There's people that ain't from here though, they're not gonna be able to be equipped to stay that long. They already know they ain't gonna be able to stay. They don't even got the funds to be here that long. They can't even pay attention that long. It's like I got like a therapy, I got like a healing, like one of them therapy resorts. I got one of them like resort therapy beaches and stuff. Yeah, one of them like whole, like you go like, you know what I'm saying? For like you know what I'm saying? Like a new land, new country in there. It's a whole just there. It's all like just healing energies and stuff. Westworld, you know, West Dakota type shit. Yeah, you go to West Dakota, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's lavish, bro. Best fruits you gonna have, good juices and stuff, good drinks, you know, good beaches, you know, good pearly sands and stuff. Yeah, good, like, yeah, you want to build you a log cabin or something, go ahead and build you a log cabin. Or you want to build like little teepees and stuff, you can build your little teepee huts and stuff on the beach. Yeah, we got good acres and stuff, good like meadows and stuff, good valleys and stuff, good hidden no hidden, they're open valleys. We don't even got hidden valleys over here. We got golden valleys. We got magnificent valleys. You know what I'm saying? We ain't high in our valleys. We ain't high in no valleys and stuff. But I get it. That hidden be like that little sacred. You know what I'm saying? We got sacred valleys and, you know, sacred places and shit. Sacred valleys and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Good old like pure waters and stuff off the type of the snow, off the snow caps. You know what I'm saying? Off the snow cap. Off the like, peak of the snow cap mountains and shit. Clear waters and stuff from the ice that was frozen and stuff. Good slushy, good. You know what I'm saying? Good fucking ice, good ice from the ice. You know what I'm saying? Good cubed ice, little ice. Fucking, yes, good frozen slushy ice. Good crushed, good ice. You gotta have some good ice and shit, okay? But that's like, that melts and stuff and trickles down. Good trickling down system and shit. Comes right down to the, you know what I'm saying? Right to the goddamn, right in the middle of the, right there smack in the middle of everybody's goddamn homesteads and everything. Right in the middle, you got, and then that's the well, you know, good old well right there. And everybody come to the middle, drink, get some water for the day. You know what I'm saying? Take showers and shit in your own home and stuff. You got showers and stuff straight from the spring water. Yeah, straight from the, I don't know about no crystal geyser. This is the shit that they trying to get to, bro. They trying to do it physically, bro. You got to do it like it's some mental shit. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap it up, man. I'm going to wrap it up. See, look, bro. What was I just saying? Bitch, you can't just get to this level, bitch. Like I said, I already like leveled out. I did like hella work just for even me to have something you could like experience as something like a vacation or something. Bitch, I did hella work. The fuck? Worked on I built this shit, bitch. I did this shit, bitch. With the help of others, of course, but like, for the most part, I did it myself. I had to do it. I had to like do the blueprint. Okay, I want to, this is how I see it or something. Yeah, this is, I had to do that. With the help of all possibilities. God willing, it was God willing and shit, but at the same time, I'm uniquely this you because for that reason, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, fucking motherfuckers with that, that's pretty much it. Females with the high body count, they gonna have all that, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it was getting like, niggas was just dumping in them like that. If they was getting like just destroyed, whew. I feel bad for any homie cheeses that are gonna take that up like a serious commitment or something. Whew. There's homie cheeses in the world that will, and there's bitches know how to go prey on a nigga. The bitches that we got ran, she gonna whatever she got or whatever she got some. She gonna go get the like one of the niggas that just got all the money, but he looks like shit. He might look like shit. He might look like straight shit, like just hurt. In the whole body shape, physique, everything. But he might be, you know, he might got some, you know, he probably got some bread or something. He might be an ignorant, dumb motherfucker or something. She could like, yeah, he gonna spend money on her. She gonna get one of them niggas to take care of her. But she knows she's smarter than him, and she knows she more like, she shouldn't be like stooping to that level. But she over here taking advantage of some like pretty much some mentally ill, slow adult homie cheese. That don't know don't know that this bitch really just with him because he got some money. Unless he do know that, he's just so insecure and not confident, then he's, you know what I'm saying? He's playing on that. Like all he got is the money card, because he ain't got shit else. That a bitch won't, you know what I'm saying? Like he might not make a bitch laugh, nothing. Like she's just with him for the money. She ain't like, she gonna give him some pussy, but she gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be one of them, like, she gonna dread it. She gonna dread it. Speaking of ties and soul ties and knots and stuff. She gonna dread it. Oh yeah, she gonna dread it. Yeah, she could be like laying there and stuff, like. She could be dreading it. She could be thinking about like, am I really doing this right now? Letting the dude like lick on her titties and stuff. You know, he's licking on her titties and stuff. She could be like, she probably, yeah, it might not. She could be like, damn. She could be really start feeling her value and stuff. She be like, damn, I ain't shit. She gonna know she ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? But she with a dude that ain't gonna tell her that. He ain't gonna tell her that. So that's what I'm starting to realize. I've been telling bitches like, hey, just remember you ain't shit. And then when I do that, then some after that point, 9 times out of 10, these bitches been gone. They is like, I tell them like, bitch, you ain't shit. And it's like, it's almost like they needed to hear that. But then it's like, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be reminded about that because they're like, damn, I know I ain't shit. And then like this, fuck, who reminded, who, what? So it's like, yeah, they try to go be with the demons and shit because the demons be unaware. But the demons be like aware, but they be like demons though. So it's like a whole, if you're not like on no real demon shit and you're being just a pure light, like they're gonna just flee because it's like hot. It's like that light on their ass. Hot. It's that fire on their ass. That fire on their ass. But that fire on their ass. Pause no more. You know what I mean? So that would be that. With that being said, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up. That was body counts. You know what I'm saying? I would have played some music. My laptop got a high body count, so it's starting to play out. Yeah, my laptop's starting to play out like, you know, it got a high body count. It's not working as good as it used to. You know, it's starting to act a little slower. It's starting to kind of crash out a little bit here and there. Does that sound familiar? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the people with higher the body count you go, the harder to fall. You're gonna crash out heavy. That's like those. So watch out. Whoever's crashing out, like the Diddies and shit, no Diddies and shit. You know what I mean? Diddy crashing out, right? Or it appears to be like he's crashing out, because that all could be manipulated. Who knows what's really going on and shit. But if Diddy's crashing out though, say, you know, according to the, come on, Diddy, crashed out, man. Over some what? Some feelings. That's not manly. Yeah, that's not manly. You let feelings dictate your world and your decisions for you. That's a female, bro. That's emotional. Those are emotional female traits. Especially when you go to those extremes. You went to those extremes, Diddy? You don't think life's watching you? Like, okay, there's humans in the world that might not give a fuck, but you don't think that there's spirits in the world and existence? You don't think life is like watching you? Just keep that. Just remember who you are. Just remember who you are. Keep that same energy. Remember who you are. Don't try to act like you know, everybody know who they are. You know who you are on the inside and stuff. And if you don't know, then there might not be nothing there to be aware of. You might need to start there. That's what a lot of females need to be aware of. All right, I'll say that too. It's really male or female, but females might be trying to fulfill themselves because in a sense, the feminine energy is gonna always, it's like infinite. It's gonna just be infinitely unsatisfied. Like the feminine, just the I hate to say divine, but you know what I'm saying? The overall feminine energy is like, it can never be satisfied because it's a womb. It's like a container. So that shit could stretch, expand, break down, become a different bottle, become a different body. You get what I'm saying? So if there's all possibilities, then there's all possibilities of kind of bodies that could be created. So it's almost like a female's like just innately aware of these things, even if they don't know how to phrase it and put it into words, like logically, but they know like they ain't shit and they're just empty. Like they ain't never gonna be filled up with anything. A man could try to pour and dump all they want into a female, and that might last however long that lasts, but at some point that shit gonna expire and the bitch gonna go try to get filled up with something else. Or filled up with another some stance, you know what I mean? Some thought that was like stood on something, had a stance, and then when she received it, it becomes the substance. You know what I'm saying? Because she is the substance. So it's like the feminine energy and the feminine body is like the walking vibration. You know what I mean? It's like the walking flesh. It'd be of the atmosphere itself playing out. So like you could see how this atmosphere that this, you know what I'm saying, this experience, this realm, we can see kind of like how shit be as far as the as above, kind of like so below. You know what I mean? So on the below, this is how females are acting. Okay, we can look at it up in the atmosphere. The atmosphere must be kind of going through some type of chaotic transition right now, because look how the females are acting. twerking and shit. They thinking they all more hyper aggressive and shit. And that's all being manufactured and manipulated by these people in certain positions also, because they know that this is what's going on a spiritual tip as far as the spiritual evolution. But then also they may not have known that, and they was just doing shit, unwilling, being kind of unaware and shit. Maybe just trying things like, all right, let's try this, see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like they just trying to run a business and keep their business going. A business will do anything to keep their business going, down to starting wars and shit and human trafficking people every day outside. This is human trafficking. What do you see every day? Humans and what? In traffic. Human trafficking. To do what? To go to where? Most likely, most people work at a, well, I hate to, if you really break down each word is like a spell, but company, sex, the joint of the two energies. So when one company, a band, when one company, like a group, a collection, interacts with another company and they both come together, pause no homo, but when they both come together, they create something new out of that, right? A byproduct. On one side is going to receive the benefits of that exchange going in a certain direction. The other side is going to experience it going in that direction, right? A business doing well, or for example, a business making a bunch of sales or some shit, or they're fulfilling their business model as far as selling products or some shit, and that's what they get on the side of it. They got people in the store to uphold they business model, they intellectual property and shit, where they could be the boss and sit up in the heaven, and then they got niggas in hell in the demon world doing all the demiurge grunt work for them and shit, right? Being the slaves and shit, going through Sheol and shit, and all the heavy shit. So like that's what, but that business though, that company, they're like able to receive, you know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna give you something, aka some energy and shit, aka a check or something. Now, where people need to like start, well, I'm not gonna go down, that's a whole different segue, but yeah, it's like, so people are really everybody's like sexing with each other, joining. So this is where even the Europeans probably got they name, the Saxons and shit. There was the Saxons out there over there and shit. And the Sax, sacking, it's quarter, QB sack, and sacks and shit, sack chasers and shit like that, nut sack babies and shit. Yeah, so it's like we're all doing, like, you're in your own self right now. So it's like how you interact with whoever in this world is like how you interact with yourself. So the more bodies you might catch, that might be more pros. You might have more pros and shit. You might have more expansion, more experiences that you could, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of reference to or kind of tap into or access as far as portals and memories and wombs and shit. So you might have a different world, like more worlds and shit you could travel and tap into and use different ability. You might have different abilities you might have developed and things of that nature. But then also on the negative, the lower octave of that, you got more responsibilities, you got more ties, you got more duties and obligations, you got more underlying behind the scene energies that are tied to you. You got you might be having guilty of association by type of energies in your field, you know what I'm saying, your kind of like in your sphere. You might be unaware of it. You might be guilty of association and be unaware of it because wherever you at, having your timeline of experiences and shit. But there might be people elsewhere. They might be people talking about you, this, that, and the third, saying this, that, and the third, and then you might be guilty by association and don't even know it, just because you was involved with somebody a few years ago or some shit. You know what I mean? Few years ago, like years ago, then here that person might be talking about you. This happened because I know females do this. Females, y'all need to cut it out too, because y'all be fucking lying and shit a lot of times. Y'all need to stop fucking talking about whoever the fuck was from a previous goddamn relationship. Nobody, if you give a fuck about that previous dude, then go fucking suck that nigga's dick then. Go be with that nigga then. If that's your ex baby daddy or some one nigga that used to beat your ass, whoever it was that was so traumatic and abusive, but that was like the nigga that loved you the most, You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't give a fuck about you. He didn't try to hold on to you and shit or any of that shit. Go be with that nigga then. If that's what you really think you want in your life. But then when they go be with that nigga, they just be, oh, this nigga toxic, da 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 da, da 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 da. Oh, this nigga always in jail, da 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 da. And then they go cheat on a nigga. When he go to jail, then they go fuck around with somebody else. So like you could kind of just look at the female energy, like okay, this thing is just it just receives and kind of emulates or mirrors. It's like water, you know what I mean? Okay, whatever like Kool-Aid mixture whatever like packet of mixture you put in the water is gonna become that. You know what I'm saying? But the water is like a cycle, so at some point that water is gonna flush. You know what I mean? It's gonna evaporate, or you know what I mean, and come down and be a new state of water at some point. It's gonna be clear at some point, or it's gonna try to. It might be more dilute. You know, it might not be as clear, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's a water cycle going on and shit. So you can't just stay, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why alcohol be the way it is too. Why bottles of alcohol be like more valuable as time goes on and shit. Cause there's spirits in that bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like they got those spirits that were trapped in that bottle and shit. It could go either way. It could be more valuable or it could be less valuable depending on this. That's what I'm saying. So it could be like a female that had a whole gang of interactions, like a Rihanna or somebody. She might look more appealing at some point, even if time goes by. When she gets older and stuff, she might still have this quality of like, damn, like I'm still, you know, she's still gonna be attractive because she did it a certain way. You get what I'm saying? She did it a certain way. You could still have your experience and expand and have experiences and not be so heavily invested or not be so mentally like involved or attached to somebody else that you dealt with. You get what I'm saying? There's a way to do that as far as clearing your mind and letting things kind of fade away. That way it's not you're not just like, it's like that example, forgive but don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Like you could forgive the past. You're not forgetting, but you're kind of like you're forgiving it. Like you're trying to move forward, go forward and give that, you know what I'm saying, to probably all possibilities. You know, you're just gonna give it up to just fuck it, dude. I'm just gonna give that up to all possibilities. That shit could be, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going this way, I'm moving forward. So it's like about forgiving, like you're giving grace to that situation. So you and that person can move forward. So y'all could both move forward. And so y'all could both give each other grace. You know what I'm saying? That's what it should be, you know, and then that would be like a harmonious separation or type of shit. But a lot of times people just be narcs and just be doing what they think is individually correct for themselves. And they don't know how to, like, it's cool. It's cool when people are fucking and shit and the combining and the joining happens, but then nobody wants to, be like adult spirits and shit on a certain accountability, on a certain scale. So if you fucking around, if you the more adult spirit and then that person ain't, they more childish still. It's like you the more mature one. Like you damn near you gonna hold more of the spiritual accountability because you're the more of the adult in the situation. You know what I'm saying? You could look at yourself like having the ability of you putting yourself in the situation or not. It's not like you just in the world and the world doing things to you. Like you're not of the world, you're just in it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're the more spiritual being at the moment, you gotta be more, you're gonna be held more accountable by the holy ones and shit. You know what I'm saying? The holy, and the council of, you know what I'm saying, like the heavenly council and shit like that. When we separate from this human experience. As far as the esoteric like world and shit that we created and stuff. Not world, but that esoteric kind of like city, state, country, whirlpool kind of like that we all be having. This is like how we here, you know what I'm saying? Because we doing this already in our dream worlds, in our dream minds and stuff. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who caught up in that chevron, that heavy light. I just came to get some tea earlier. I got some tea and stuff. But It's cold now. Yeah, fucking hot and you're cold, and yes, and you know. Yeah, I think females are just, they're always gonna be unsatisfied. They're constantly looking for that next thing. They're not looking, they're pulling it to them, and then the guy is trying to be that next best image that a female will be attracted to. It's like, oh, that's some new shit. I want to attract. So it's like we're all kind of trying to do the same thing. Like a bitch wants some new shit also. She don't want the same nigga every day and shit. Bitch don't want the same. I mean, some bitches do. They might know they ain't shit and be like, all right, this might be the best nigga I could get. That's a smart bitch. That's a woman right there. That's not even a bitch. That's a woman. A woman that could acknowledge her strengths and weaknesses and know, like, all right, you know what? Not settling. I hate to say settling because it sounds like some settling. It is some settling shit, but it's not settling if you're not that higher value of some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not settling if that's actually where you're supposed to be at. The fuck? A lot of y'all need to be where y'all supposed to be at and stop thinking you're settling. You're supposed to be with whoever the fuck you supposed to be with. Whether it's a smack monkey gorilla or a goddamn chimpanzee. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or a lion, cheetah, zebra, whatever the fuck. You're supposed to be with whoever the fuck you supposed to be with. If you really look at yourself in the mirror. And if you're one of them people out there that think you're settling or some shit, or you feel like you deserve a better motherfucker or some shit, really look at yourself in the mirror. And then really look at whoever, like, this concept in your mind you making up as an imagination, like, who the fuck even is that? Like, really, I had to go through this myself because I like put myself on a whole goddamn Jupiterian. I put my whole self on a Jupiterian tip. You know what I mean? I got Cancerian energies and my Jupiter's in Sag, and I got a sun and moon exalted in Cancer and shit. Point is, I went on a whole Jupiter tip, putting my shooting way fucking beyond. I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking as far as what I was gonna get from a female. But now I think I got more. I brought myself back down to reality, back to earth more so than my past years and stuff. When it comes to like female interacting with just having a female partner, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. But then I gotta look at myself though, like, all right, the fuck, I couldn't match that idea. You know what I'm saying? If I had this idea of like a female partner, I'm like, you know, can I even match that? You with myself first, and like, am I even doing them qualities and shit of like a person I want to be with, or I think I should have? Or you gotta look at yourself like that. Am I even them type of characteristics with myself first? Do I even like love myself, or do I even value myself, or do I have like confidence issues or whatever? You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit, which I probably do. You know what I'm saying? I could say that this world's fucked up, but then I'm really not even here to like give a fuck no more. So I'm not like not confident. I'm just in some kind of weird space that hasn't really been done yet, because we're all in some new time and shit. So it's like we're all kind of just in our own individual newness of a path in some overall new time that is also kind of a previous time. So it's like previous times are here now, but we're in a new time with old shit. If y'all kind of get what I'm saying, we're like in this. We might be here. We just came from here, which was like a layer, and then we like layered here so now we like back here where we was at. You know what I'm saying? We might have been here and then had to go here, and then now we here again with the tools and the new shit we got, but we back in like this time though. You know what I'm saying? Like we here in this new space, but we got to use this energy and shit. This is also here and shit. So like this also be here and like this also be here. And they kind of like are one and the same. So we trying to like separate shit. We trying to figure out some shit right now. So it's like everybody kind of getting some grace to some degree. But yeah, that's the high body count. You know what I mean? And it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I mean? So if for those that was like in some kind of military energy, like I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna go fuck all the bitches and do this and do that, like on some military shit, that was Washi Who thinking, invader mind already. You know, I'm gonna fuck this bitch, and then I'm gonna get, and then she gonna help me get to that situation, and then when I'm gonna get to that situation, there might be one of her friends. I'm gonna fuck one of them friends, and then it might be a certain politician that come by. It's all kind of, it get real manipulative, real manipulating and shit in this world. People just don't be saying it. You know what I mean? It'd be some shit going on like in the undertones. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta really peep game. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, motherfucker just straight lie to your ass. You get straight lied to out here. There's people are really good at lying. That's what I learned too. And really realize like niggas are master liars. Cause they up under so many layers of their ego and shit. They just there's so many layers of lies. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, this nigga got on a whole goddamn a lion coat. Yeah, niggas wearing lion coats and shit out here. Whole fur, whole coat, like not even just one. Nigga be like layered up in like them lion coats. Be like 5 or 6 of them lion fur coats on, burning up. That nigga be burning up. You could tell a demon be cooked. Cause they got all them lion ass jackets on they wearing and shit. Lying as fuck. Yeah, they can't even move. They just like lying somewhere on the ground. They like lying on the ground, just burning up, sweating. Just lying up, getting cooked by God. And just lying up in a line. They might be standing in line to wait for whatever they finna get and shit. You know what I'm saying? They all got in fucking lying to each other. Talking, oh yeah, we're gonna be there soon. Oh, we're almost there. Hey, but one more hour, eons worth. You know, the little sign over there, like 2 eons from this point. Yeah, like some shit like that. Everybody just like, all right, they just lying up in line, and they got all these lion jackets on. And they all burning up, hot as fuck. They like, hey, can we take these jackets off yet? Some of them like, this nigga Cap. Yeah. People start making fun of that guy. Anybody that's trying to like take a jacket off for burning up, yeah, they start laughing at him. Oh, you can't stand the heat. Yeah, they start roasting him. Just, you know what I'm saying? All the attention goes to that one motherfucker that was trying to like, hey, maybe help everybody out and shit. And then stop lying to themselves. And then all the other liars are like, yeah, this nigga want us to be honest. Yeah, they start thinking like that. This nigga want to tell the truth. This nigga want to be honest. He can't stand the heat. Nigga, get the fuck out the kitchen then, nigga. Like that's how the demons be thinking, man. This shit is sick, man. Y'all don't understand, man. That's pretty much it, man. My windows, you know, I'm talking a whole bunch of steam in the other side. Look at the other side. Yeah, the other side is cool. I've been talking straight to the window and to the glass right here and stuff. I'm saying, got the dragon breath. Not like bad breath. I've been keeping my mouth clean, but like you know, I used to think I was a dragon and stuff. They had me on the asthma inhaler. So I used to like in my mind, I used to really think like I was a drag, like I was breathing smoke and shit. I kid you not. I was really in my mind. I was really a dragon. My favorite Chinese. I wasn't even I didn't even have the Chinese zodiac of the dragon. I was born in like, you know, the year of the boar and the pig and stuff. As far as how they try to put me in that energy, but I always resonated with the dragon. I was like, man, I want to be the fucking dragon. I'm the dragon. Yeah, that was in my head. I'm like, man, nah, man, I'm the dragon, bro. Any Chinese New Year celebrations and stuff. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm the dragon, bro. Halloween, I remember being I remember being ninjas and all kind of shit. But yeah, body counts and shit out there, man. Females, you got a higher body count. The higher the body count a female got, the more gross and the more like spirits she got in her in that like atmosphere that she, you know what I'm saying? If she's a womb, then she's still got like spirits floating around and flying around in her world and shit. Like this, right? If y'all like look at it like this, like a bubble or something, and then this would be the world type of energy. Yeah, and then think about all the type of spirits and shit she let, you know what I'm saying, like have some type of power in that atmosphere and type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like, what am I trying to say? Yeah, it's like it's a womb. So you're going into a womb. You're going into a world. So just be mindful, homie cheeses. You know who you dealing with. Just because a bitch look good, you know, just because there's a certain plant in nature in the wild that looks good. Hey, the last time they got Venus fly traps out there in the wild somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They look good, they look pretty and stuff, and then a fly landed in one, and then the fly trap closes and swallows the fly whole. The fly ain't getting out at that point. You know what I'm saying? The fly thought it was like, oh yeah, the scent smells good. Oh, what is that perfume? Flies in, gets swallowed, gets ate up by the plant. Some, like, you know what I mean? Mother Earth. So Mother Earth, man. Y'all, do I gotta show y'all my sticker? I took this sticker off. This is a sticker on my laptop. You know what I'm saying? Boom, right there. Drop the snoops. Mother Nature will fuck you up. It's not about a white lady or a brown lady. The Mother Nature is not, don't give a fuck about appearance and shit. As far as like what y'all get lost in, as far as fucking brown skin, y'all niggas is retarded. That's why y'all just be fucking whoever, shit like that. I don't just be fucking whoever. I'm very selective with my goddamn whoever I'm finna match with at a moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't just match with anybody. So whoever I'm here, I'm a different story. I'm here to like heal people and stuff. Females and stuff. You know, I'm here to heal females, specifically females. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, cause like a lot of wombs and shit, a lot of oceans be like contaminated, and they damn near need like some kind of like light to kind of shed. Like if it's just a womb, a female's just dark, she don't even be aware of herself like that. But she know, but it's just, she knows it's just emotions and feelings. Like, that shit ain't really real though, but it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with the feminine energy, understand? Like, it's like dark, it's like some just blacked out type of shit, but there's influence there. And it's not until like a man comes around and shed some light upon the situation, aka like daytime or something, you know what I mean? Like, you know, what is nighttime? The moon, you know what I'm saying? It'd be dark and shit. You go to the beach in the nighttime, the water's like pitch black. So like, this is what I realized from like real life. Like, okay, you can't, like, you could see, you could hear the motion of the ocean, you could feel it moving, the air, the breeze, like all that atmosphere shit, but it's like pitch black. So take that like in 10 times that, or like, you know what I'm saying? Expand upon that thought. Imagine like some shit like this with like the starting points. Like a female probably feels internally like that, like just in a empty abyss of just dark, just a deep dark abyss. You know, and then she got to deal with all these influences by herself every day. You know what I'm saying? And when a man is around, that's cool, and the right kind of man can help her with that. But if it's not really a man, if it's more of the, you know what I mean, just more emotions and shit, she don't need more feelings and emotions. She already got shit she dealing with internally and shit. You know what I mean? And that actually might play out externally. Like, she got responsibilities and shit. That bitch is in charge. She's in charge of keeping the atmosphere together. Is y'all niggas retarded? Y'all niggas is retarded, blood. You wouldn't have a job or nothing if there wasn't an atmosphere making sure you got fucking air to breathe each day. Is you retarded? Niggas be retarded, blood. Niggas be retarded, bruh. You wouldn't have no, like, whatever you think you have as a man that's successful, a car or whatever, that's all some female shit. A car is a shell. Like a vehicle, that's a shell. That's a fucking body. That's a body, dude. The body's gonna sit in the fucking parking lot until, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna sit there. Because it don't got a life. And it's not until the man, the thought, jumps in the driver's seat and supposed to fire that bitch up and drive that bitch. Push gas into that bitch. Fill it up. Oil, all that shit. Gas, oil, coolant oil, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Turn the bitch on, keys. If you can't turn a bitch on, the bitch ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere with you. If you can't turn her ass on with the keys and shit like that, get her ignition going. Yeah, ignition, just what I thought. I said all I can say. Chick on the side, so she got one on. Oh, that's Confessions. I was thinking of that. Body and everyone got it. Oh yeah, that was the fucking R. Kelly dude. Fuck that nigga, bro. It's the remix ignition. I mean, fresh out the kitchen. That's the one I was thinking of. I mean, rolling, everybody got every man in here wishing. So yeah, it just be like, it just be some shit that's just swirly and just it's indirect. It's not straight. It's not a straight line. It's some light that bended in, and it's gonna keep bending in on itself, and it's gonna just keep being expired, and you know what I'm saying? Where the man's just brick, build, you know what I mean? Like stack, go, go, stack. Like shit like that. The female's just like, got time to eat some chips. Or some shit like that. No. I'm a female, I'm probably gonna eat some dick. Like, you know, pause, don't like. That's what a bitch think is. She's like, no. How am I gonna get my bills paid today? How am I gonna make sure I could go eat ice cream later? Like shit like that. She's thinking how she gonna be able to eat ice cream later, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas be retarded, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga worried about, oh, where you going? Bitch might just be trying to go to the fucking store, nigga, and get some ice cream and be away from your ass for some time for a second. And then you go and emphasize it and thinking you all insecure being a homie cheese. Now you're supposed to be building some shit. Nigga, why are you in your feelings like that? And then here you go, you know what I'm saying, making her feel some type of way and shit. Now she like, man, fuck it, I might as well go fuck somebody else and get some ice cream too. She was just gonna get the ice cream. You might have pushed her to like go get some ice cream, and she's out hunting now. Now she's out hunting while she's getting ice cream and open. You know what I'm saying? Probably she might just throw it at somebody or let somebody hit just to do it, because you might be hyping her up for like a month. And she ain't like, and now she might actually want to go get some ice cream and a banana split. Stupid. But that's pretty much it. Everybody got traumas. Everybody got baggage and shit. The more bodies you got, the more baggage you get. Yeah, it's like, imagine like you carrying around a bunch of bodies with you. You got all these like bodies like grabbing, come back. You got all these bodies lying, you know, all these bodies like in love with you and stuff, and they're like haunting you. Brain, give me your brain. You got parts, you know, different parts, and you know, it's like different zombies and different spirits and shit, you know. So you gotta say, you know, get rid of that shit. Don't keep drinking. Homie cheeses. This is what I will say. Is homie cheese. I stopped drinking and stuff, so I ain't like. You know, I might keep it out there in the possibilities of like maybe an occasional moment I might drink or something once a year or some shit. But I ain't drank for like a few months now. I feel real good about myself. I be getting up exercising and shit. So when you gotta fulfill your time being like your mind, the masculine energy, but that time is going like that mind's gonna bend in on itself and become the actual time here in the condensed form. That's the light bending in on itself. So at first it's like just your mind, your time, but then when it starts to come into reality, now you can actually see like where your time is going in your mind and shit. Now you could actually, oh, okay, instead of me keep paying my attention, my energy, as far as like if my energy and my attention is my coin, my esoteric money, and I'm trying to like build shit, and I need money to build, or I need, you know what I'm saying, I need to build, like I need light and information I need formations to use. I need shapes and forms that have a certain kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm trying to give you all the game, but like I'm pretty much saying, say you got a block or something, and you own business, you own a company, you got a business and shit, you got a whole esoteric street, and you're like in this, we part of this esoteric kind of teamwork makes the dream work collection of a, I hate to call it a world, but you get what I'm saying? And then there's niggas that run that shit. Like the government and the Federation of the Light there and whatnot. It's the same shit going on here. There's people there in certain positions. They making sure certain things are getting done. You got certain bills there and shit you got to pay and stuff. You know what I mean? Unless you're just making your own shit. But like, you know, to that point, in certain aspects, you still got to go. You don't know how to just make it. There ain't nobody God like that. So in certain points, you got to go to other worlds and travel and shit and get different goods and get different resources from other people and stuff, because other people are making different shit than what you're making, and everybody, this is how we were supposed to exchange. You might have a certain kind of cloth or material to make a certain kind of clothing, you know what I'm saying? If I go to somebody else, they gonna make their clothes in a whole other way based upon their geographical location, their environment, their atmosphere, and the raw materials that kind of produce out of that, how that mind plays out and bends in on itself to become the atmosphere in the condensed shape or form, how we see out here. This is what the natives understood. When I step outside and I go to the mountains right there, I'm in Arizona, the mountains right there, I know, I'm like, man, my people and shit, there was natives here in Arizona and shit. They still are out here, but I'm just saying at the time, like, back like 1400, like 1300 years ago, all that shit, like the natives know this is how we create the landscape. This is how we shape out and carve out the land itself for us to be on. It starts in the mind and shit. Just like, otherwise you wouldn't be born where you're at. Like, this is what I always understood that. And now I got the correct starting point of why I was thinking like that. And that goes into why you would even pick a certain female. You get what I'm saying? Based upon like where your mind is at in a spiritual setting, and where your mind is at, what kind of state of being your mind is at. So if is your state of being in some like real nasty, toxic kind of place, you know what I'm saying? Or are you in a beachy, clean environment? Things are clean, there's no garbage, there's no trash, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people be picking because who they are. You know what I'm saying? They might have got with a bunch of trash people because you was trash at some point, right? So until you clean up your shit, clean up your mess, you're gonna keep repeating the same kind of candidates or the same situations or the same scenario, yeah, same energy, just same shit, different toilet. Huh, 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 huh. You know, same nut, just different balls for the females. Same orgasm, different vagina. You know, if a homie cheeses, if you in the, you know what I'm saying, fucking on a female, she got the same twat. You know what I'm saying? Same. What the fuck am I trying to say? Like same something, different twat. You know, it's the same sex, just a different twat. For the females, it's the same. It's the same X, just, you know, different thigh. You know, whatever the fuck. I'm done talking. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? So don't hold yourself back from like putting them spirits and sending, you know what I mean, sending them to a more favorable, like letting them spirits go and shit. You gotta let that shit go. Ultimately, that'll kind of help. You know what I mean? Now depending on the soul tie and whatnot and how deep that went, you know, it's different for everyone. That varies, right? Some knots you're gonna have to come back and deal with it in another lifetime and shit. But you ain't going nowhere, so that's the beauty of it. Like, now we in a time where more people is kind of being aware, like, shit, you ain't going nowhere. So you really got all the time, whatever it is, creative goals, whatever it is you got to do, you got the time to do it. So you better work towards that shit and do it. And if you don't do it, then you just showing God that you like being in that demon world, and you gonna stay there until you learn your lesson or some shit. You know, till you never be less than. You know, so till you take yourself up out of that lower, dirty ass state in the esoteric the esoteric cities and shit in Babylon and stuff. Take your ass up out of the. A lot of people be living in the gutter. They be living in the hoods, and nothing wrong with the hoods and shit. But I'm just in the metaphorical setting. People be in these low states of being and shit. And these low like trap house type of homes and shit, and mentalities and shit, and thoughts and feelings. They be in the like the slums and shit. They be in the slums and shit. I got a song, what was that? Like gems on my fist, but I ain't talking about Thanos. You know that shit demon, so I'm better than angles. I blew it back out. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm better than the rules. I don't give a fuck. I'm spending the rules. I don't spend a buck. I'm spending the money. This shit is funny. I put D in her tummy. I roll a lot of blunts up just like a mummy. We need a pool. All I needed some honey. I got sticks for sale. No Energizer bunny. Yeah, that we need a pool. I was saying, sticks for sale. I ain't talking about a Muslim. Yeah, I ain't talking about me, but it was like a statement, like, bitch, I bit like for, you know, I be speaking like my songs don't necessarily be about me. I be speaking in a general sense. You know, it could apply to. It's like multi-pointed. Anybody, like whoever I is, anybody listening, they might think like that. They might have heard my song, and it's a bar where I'm saying I this or that, and then I could have been talking about that person. They just matched the energy. They was in that I state of being for theyself, from their own perspective and shit like that. So this is how we be teaching the world and doing things in this, like God does shit in mysterious ways and shit. But yeah, bitch, I've been a millionaire, but I grew up in the slums. If y'all remember Slumdog Millionaire, that was a movie, so that was kind of like a reference to that. And then it was kind of like a mentality of like, there's people that grow up in the world that are rich, you know what I'm saying? They grow up like millionaires and shit, but fucking, like, you might be a millionaire type of state of, like, you might be a millionaire type of spirit, like you got it and shit, but this all these other demons and shit, and this kind of energies of this world and shit, like I was saying before, will kind of keep you down and drag you into this low vibrational kind of state of being that you was never even really there. Like you're not from there, but you kind of ended up there. So that's kind of like what I was saying. Like, bitch, I've been a millionaire, but I grew up in the slums. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was born, like you grew up there, but you're not really from there though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in your family, like you was born and shit, like everybody could like look at you like, okay, yeah, so and so, but shit, Dakota's just different. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Dakota don't even act like all the other kids and shit in school. Dakota be like, oh, Dakota's cool. Like, and so that, yeah, so then it's like shit like that. Like, why was I placed here then? You know, so you be here for a broader reason and shit. A lot of times you just be living your life. You don't think you're doing nothing special, but you are. At least me. I can't talk about everybody in the world. A lot of special eds, special EDs and shit, but now shout out to everybody though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are retarded. You know, I'm gonna call you retarded if you're retarded. I'm gonna let you know if this shit's retarded. But just know, you know what I'm saying? It's deep, bruh. It's deep. Just even you being who you are today, you're like a soul tie thing from like, you know what I'm saying? At least generations ago. You know what I'm saying? Like a KFC man or like a Colonel Custard or whoever the fuck, right? One of these George Washington cats, a pilgrim nigga, could have came over here, fucked hella natives, or graped and shit, or not even graped. They could have just been on his nuts and shit because he had like fucking jewelry and shit or some stupid shit. Yeah, nigga had jewelry and shit. Nigga had steel metal rebar he could bring on a boat and then build like some kind of like fucking, I don't know, some bunkers. I'm just making up shit, but y'all get what I'm saying. That nigga could melt a metal real good and fire a gun and a musket and scare the whole village, scare everybody. And all the natives were like, oh, that was kind of magical to the natives to some degree. Like these niggas built a thing that could propel objects at a like a high velocity, and there's fire and firepower involved. There's like boom. That was, oh hell no, that's some shit. That's some shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, that's fucking magic. If I ain't seen magic before. Niggas melting metals and shit and coming up with guns and shit and launching launching materials and shit. Like, that's crazy, bro. It's some weak magic, but it's some fucking, they still made something. That shit, nigga, they used that sword to, like, take out everybody, dude. Everybody got took out with that sword. I'll tell you that right now. As a native, I might have just had the sword in my pants. Yeah, I might have just had the sword in my pants and my mental sword and shit. They look at it like they didn't have none of that. They didn't have a sword in their pants or a mental one. So they had to copy and then kind of claim the mental aspect of it. But then they did it in some like remixed version that was like left brain European style. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they did the same thing the natives was doing, but it was like this like opposite mirror effect. Like one side the natives was doing native shit, they was doing some destruction. Like natives was all about life, nations and shit, life, understanding the laws of the land, understanding like there's a circle of life here, aka the Lion King, since they copied that and shit. But the natives understood that, like, nigga, if I go hunt a deer or if I go hunting something for my family, there's a certain way to go about it because there's a spirit in that goddamn body and shit. And then if we're gonna eat that shit, we don't want to just slaughter it and motherfucking then that's the energy that we're putting into our being and shit, into our worlds and stuff. Slaughter and like just neglect and death and ignorance. So that's how like the native mind looks at it. You either like are putting life into the world, or you're just a product of already being dead in the mind and shit. You're just a dead like flesh body that's being charged up by somebody else's life. And who's alive? There ain't too many niggas alive in the world. That's why I guess what? That's why, yeah, that's why what? How come I'm not putting the live algorithm like? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the only one. I'm talking about anybody in this that's talking like this or thinking like this or nigga really like that. Step in them ballistas if you like that. Yeah, that future got a bunch of body count. He got a big body count. And then all the females that ever interacted with Future, yeah, y'all got some of that Future toxicity also. You know, he might went so far in the future, might be a whole new future of like, it was like maybe some shit we don't need to go to. You know what I mean? It might be a future we don't need to go to. In certain aspects, not all bad, but there's parts of that future that ain't just like that's just the overall future to go to for everybody, and everybody needs the fucking future. Yay! You know what I'm saying? Especially when we talk about I just fucked your bitch in some Gucci flip flops. I don't know what a Gucci is. I don't know what Gucci is. What the fuck is Gucci? And then you talk about some Gucci Jesus chocolate flip flops. You lost me there, bro. I'm not following. I'm like I got my own flip flops if I want to put them on and shit like that. I got my own I can make my own flip flops. Why do I need to follow you and your Gucci flip flops that you got from some Italian man somewhere, some white man, KFC man? And I don't know what Gucci means. That means that what their god? I just fucked your bitch in some God's flip flops. That's how I heard it. I just fucked your bitch in my God's flip flops. And then his God is like money or something, or like in God we trust concept. And that's how niggas got used as voodoo dolls. So, and this is all intertwined like with the body counts, because people be out here doing whatever they think they doing. You think you just horny or something. No, your ass getting used as a voodoo doll possibly, because the influences in the world and shit, and the way that the you know the men and women that are like manipulating the synthetic reality that's been constructed for everybody, they in charge of that shit. So they trying to like match the actual life existence playing out mechanism. They're trying to bring that into their fake ass synthetic world, and then they kind of like remix it, and then they put it out like they're doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's like this fucking triangle Laker, you know, Phil Jackson triangle offense. Yeah. So they could get your purple and gold energies and stuff, your royalty energies and your gold energies, your own cobalt energies that you have just you being alive and shit. You creating a body each day. You're you give that away every time you give it up because you want to go sex with somebody, a job or something, anything, the store, you wanted some food or something, you were feeling unfulfilled inside, you thought that goddamn that beverage or that Popeye sandwich or got Chick-fil-A or whatever the fuck, you thought that vegan burrito was gonna fill you up, whatever the fuck. If anything, you just expanded more of the unfulfilled energy. You just expanded it more. Like you just made it bigger. You made the space bigger. Now you feel even more empty because you didn't put you thought you put something in there, and it really just it's gonna vanish. It's really just gonna disappear and break down, and you know what I'm saying? So physically your body's gonna just shit it out. But like mentally, you didn't put nothing in there. Your mind is like, okay, and what did we just eat? You know what I'm saying? If you didn't like eat no thoughts and feelings on your mind or like whatever. So if you was in a fucked up mentality and then you went and ate some food, that's where the programming shit comes in. But like sex is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You could go eat some pussy. You should have never ate. That should have been the pussy you never ate. That should have been the fruit you never ate. Like this bitch right here. You know what I'm saying? Like this bitch right here. Finished. Real life example. Finished. I'll never tag along with you ever a day in my life. Look at you, got combat boots on. She got combat boots on. Gosh. Oh, poor. Oh, God. What kind of creatures like that just need to be put somewhere? Why they, you know what I'm saying? Why we got like mad cow disease infested creatures out here in the world? They got diseased and shit. Now they just off on tangents of not being pure and holy. They think they could just walk around like that each day and shit like that. And we in a world where people just drive past somebody that clearly needs help. She clearly needs help. She clearly needs help. She knows it. She knows she needs help, but she knows she also ain't shit. So she also knows she ain't worthy of nobody helping her. So she also ain't gonna complain about it either. So that's the world we in. People ain't up their value enough yet as spirits, so they still up under the shadow like the government nutsack, and them niggas ain't shit. Like them niggas is baby spirits. So you got like just spirits up under like baby nuts and shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess they'd be the more the adult spirit to them, but like to niggas like me, we look at them niggas like them niggas is kids. Them niggas is children, like Rugrats and stuff. They literally made a bunch of Rugrat shows and all kind of shit. Them niggas is children. Look how they run the world. They got drugs out here. They got people prostituting. You know, all kind of just violence going on, mayhem, fake ass police that are corrupt, and they want to act like they out here playing Superman and shit, but they the most, you know what I'm saying? They the most corrupt niggas that don't even like they own all the police they all defend each other, and all the niggas should be in jail. The feds, all the FBI niggas, them niggas need to be in jail for thinking they could just watch niggas on cameras and shit all day from wherever the fuck they at. The bank niggas need to be in jail. Like, all these niggas need to be in jail, but yet no police is trying to go put them niggas in handcuffs. Put that nigga in a colony. Get back on the boat, bitch. Take your ass back on a boat and go to Europe then. Take your ass back to Europe then. Stop being a dumpster. Stop being a dumpster. This is relevant to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you got a lot of bodies, you became a dumpster. You gotta like, you know, if you an individual of them spirits that are like in the hundreds and they 100 body count and shit like that, you became a dumpster. You became a trash can at some point. Like, you didn't value yourself like enough. You just thought you could just be all out in the world, and a lot of people just go do it. Like, fuck it, they just go do whatever, right? And then they like, when time that timeline starts to bend in on itself, then they start like, oh, okay, then they start receiving all of that. You know what I'm saying? First they just going, right? Yeah. That's that, like that. It's just that you was in heat. You was hot. And that goes for any situation. Don't be hot and then like go out and, you know what I'm saying? And you get into like a altercation with somebody. Now you want to shoot somebody just because you was like mad at your bitch.
for not letting you like hit or something. You might have went all the way to the telly, set it all up and shit, and then the bitch didn't want to let you hit at some point or something. And now you mad at the world and you want to go shoot the club up or something. You know, go fuck the club up like 3-6 Mafia or something, because you didn't get no pussy tonight or something, or last night or something. After you just like, you was trying to trick off and spend like 200-300 on a hotel room, thought the bitch was just gonna like open her legs for you, and she just like took your money and like didn't even let you fuck or nothing. Niggas gonna be mad. So and they might want to like leave and then go go slide on the ops or something, go shoot up somebody's house and fuck around and like end up hitting a little, hitting somebody's kid or something. No op got killed. Nobody got killed but somebody's like daughter or son. And now grandmas are crying and shit. And then the white man wins because your ass finna go to jail and they finna make money off of you going to jail and stuff. Sick, bro. It's just sick, dude. Why we keep letting this happen, people? I look at all of y'all, man. Each day y'all ain't getting online and talking like this. You just as demonic as the world. You just as demonic as the demon world. If you ain't getting online and really understanding some shit, not just talking some shit because you listened real good to somebody else say it. No, like really grasping and really comprehending and really having some real life experience for yourself to back it up. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, then you just not here. You're just not at this stage in life development. You're wherever you're at and you're on your spiritual path, and that's cool. Stay there. Stay there. You know what I'm saying? Deal with your body count. Deal with your body count. This is before we even talking about intercourse and stuff. Think about yourself, how many bodies you might have lived in. Think about your body count. You know, you might have been a bird. You was probably a bug. You was probably a bee. You was probably a C. You was probably a D. You probably was an E. You was probably an elephant. You was probably a G, a giraffe. You know what I mean? So it's like, you was probably an H. I don't know if you gave an F, but you was flight for sure. You was flighty for sure. You know what I'm saying? You had Fs and stuff. That's before G. I was going all day, you know. And eyes, like not eyes, like. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? You take care of yourself out here, and the new year ain't until March. You know what I'm saying? So fuck all y'all. If you celebrating the new year, you're retarded. I still love you, but you're retarded. You need to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Till you get your mind right, you're retarded, and God ain't looking at you with no kind of dignity or honor or respect. At least my piece of God. You know what I'm saying? My piece of God is gonna look at you very, very, very disrespectful and very sideways. You know, so you might get cussed out in the process too if you keep staring too hard. If you don't go, if you look too long and you ain't minding your business, like why are you even looking in this direction that long anyway? Aren't you supposed to be focused on whatever you need to focus on, being a reprobate? Like shit like that. Like why are you even looking over here, bitch? You're not even qualified to even pay me attention. You're not even qualified to pay me attention. I don't even want your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I mean, I guess I don't need it, but I'll take it, get transmuted. But certain people, you just don't even got the time to enter. Like, you don't even give a fuck about their energy because it don't even carry. Somebody blah, 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 blah. I just like hear it. I'm like, I didn't feel that, bro. I didn't feel moved by that. So I'm not even going to say anything. So that's how a female be too. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, she got all that body count of the highest niggas that was probably heming. And then when, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like, what else can she can't get no more. What else does the bitch want? She wanna fuck God next? You already fuck pieces of God. You can't fuck God itself. It don't got a body, bitch. I know that's what y'all want to do, bitch. You can't have a body and fuck God with no body. I know. I know they're trying to wrap their head around like how can I have a nigga around to fuck me but there be no body there, and then just be and then they, you know what I'm saying, just where the man-made infiltration God came in and made dildos and toys and shit for bitches to go against God and stuff, and you know and give their power to some man-made God playing God. You know what I'm saying?
because he was able to provide them with a synthetic version of that thought or feeling that was on their mind, but they couldn't hold it down long enough to maybe all possibilities was gonna fulfill that or something. You know what I'm saying? If they had faith and stayed down, stayed 10 toes. Nah, they was like in a rush, so they went into the demon world, to the devil, the limited world, because they knew, all right, I know that's a go-to though. I could go right there to that store or whatever, and boom, picked up, or they ordered on Amazon or Amazon online, Amazon, and then shit. And then next thing you know it, now you got unhappy, unsatisfied females in the world that think they're satisfied because they got a dildo that they could go to at night and shit like that, and a friend partner, female friend, and they could like share that little like secret little like dirty little secret. It's like a little, like, it's really like a bad thing to both of them, but they doing it together, so they feel like they're not, they don't feel so guilty about it. They feel like, okay, it's like some legion shit. That's what a legion is. The multiple, they already know individually they're fucking demons, so they gather together, and then they be a collection of demons together, a legion, a religion, and then they just lean on each other, and they leg on each other. You know what I'm saying? And they be like doing all that demon shit together, but that'd be like that little grouping, kind of like cat collection of legions latching together and like creating a star, some type of star formation for others to get lost in and shit, or for just themselves to get lost in their own little like, their own little like synthetic world they want to get lost into. So that's what everybody's kind of doing right. Peep game on that. That's real shit right now. Peep game on that. Everybody's doing some like creating some, well, not everybody, but most people out here are creating some, they think they're creating a next world to go into. For example, two females, right? They might be dykes or something. You know what I'm saying? And not, yeah, fuck that shit. But yeah, two females, right? They might be dykes, or like, a little friend, little lesbian friends or whatever, little friend fuck buddies and shit. But they still like dudes or something. But they just like, they ain't got no dude around. They're gonna like have fun with each other and stuff. Shit like that. Experiment shit, whatever. Fucking or even just male and the female. Like, it'd be relationships, you could tell people be in relationships that they know is finished, but they look so like unhappy in it and shit like that, but they're in it though. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, maybe they got other ties. It's like other things keeping them in that, locked in and shit. Maybe they got kids or whatever the case may be. They might live together. They got bills and shit. If they separate, and one of them might gonna be homeless or not have nowhere to go and shit like that. Like all kind of little scenarios that people be in relationships for, or in partnerships, and don't even be genuine. It'd be all some like just of this world type of shit, because some other men and women are making it as such. So so looking at like some females or something, they'll go create a whole world, just they think is, you know what I'm saying, like they dykes or something, but at some point them hoes want some dick. At some point they could try to create that little fake ass synthetic little fairyland world and shit, da 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 da, dildos and toys and okay, and go out to eat, and they just act like dykes and stuff, and they just like act like, all right, we don't like men and stuff. They just act like it. They telling themselves that, but then at some point reality gonna kick back in. God wanted a man and a woman to come together and create children. Like at that point, that energy is gonna be like, that's still a thing. So whether that's a male and a male or a female and a female, both parties are most likely gonna like, I don't know about homie cheesers are kind of weird, but as far as females are for sure gonna like have that desire to want to get laid at some point, like just by default. Their body's gonna remind them like, bitch, this is not right. And if the more they go against that, the more they gonna keep creating more against God mentality kind of body for themselves in life. They might even create a disease because they doing something that's going against the natural like
flow that of how all of our minds are joining together and creating what we're talking about as far as an experience here. But if you got various pieces of that like mechanism that want to go and be a different part of the machine now, this is where you get why the world is fucked up. You got people not knowing their part or not knowing their place. And they think they could go, like a bitch could think she could go be a dude, and a bitch, it will never be a dude. So we got bitches in the world that want to be dudes, and then they're taking that female quality, that part that we know we need in the world as a mechanism, being a machine. Like, all right, you take that part, and then they're trying to go, it's like taking the heart organ and trying to go put it in the brain. Bitch, the heart will never be the brain, and the brain will never be the heart. It's like simple, like, but you got a bunch of heart cells trying to be like brain cells and shit, and wonder why their life is the way it is. Cause bitch, you're not a brain cell. You know what I'm saying? Brain cell, you're not a heart cell. Stop trying to be like a heart cell, homie cheese. Yeah, like you're a heart cell, you're more like an egg, and the homie cheese would be more like a sperm cell, you know what I'm saying? So as men, we're supposed to be sperm cells, we're supposed to build. Females are gonna be attracted to receive the light and shit like that. I got my own weed to smoke. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm just sharing information for the world. And
like holy, like God stuff?
Like literally, the Bible is just talking about Adam. No, not even religion. Like atoms are just thoughts. Men, we're thoughts. Females are feelings, emotions. So we like literally are the atmosphere. The men, the sun, that would be like the light, that heat, that fire, that we're gonna go work today. The sun works all day, and nobody gives a fuck about the sun working hard for us. You know what I'm saying? But this is why we got like cans of Lay's potato chips and the sun on the bag. And
that's why we put poison and can't compost our own shit and grow edible food.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I didn't
and
understand
then, you know that we can't compost?
And then the moon would be like just the reflection of that. So it's just really, this is an atmosphere thing. We're not talking about physical, a ball of light somewhere.
That's pretty smart.
Or somebody landing on a Hollywood moon back in the 60s and the 70s and shit. That was all staged Hollywood act, you know what I'm saying? So
That's pretty smart.
it's just common sense.
Have you ever heard of Eureka West Street?
I've heard of these nuts possibly being on your forehead,
Have you
but
heard of West
that's pretty much all I gotta say. Like we're supposed to be thoughts. They're supposed to be the emotions and feelings. You get what I'm saying? So us, when we're not in our logicalness of building and constructing and making sense out of things and try to expand and grow and go maybe go in a direction, because we're directors. That's why the movie directors, they make all the money and shit, because they know how to direct these influences going on. That's why you could take a certain influence and make a certain kind of movie. You name it, you know what I'm saying? Superman, fucking a Resident Evil movie, whatever kind of movie, but it's a certain theme that was trapped. You don't make a zombie Resident Evil kind of movie and fill it with romance.
It was romantic for a man to cut off his ear once and send it to his betrothed. It was Picasso. It was like the guy he cut off his ear, and she was like, "Oh my love, I always have your ear." And nowadays you're calling the cops. This creepy bitch got a restraining order. I had to cut off her own ear and send it to me. Dude, so love and romance change over the years.
Yeah, well, sure, whatever. I'm not trying to be rude, but I am being rude. I am gonna be rude though, because you didn't say nothing I could use. You know, you didn't say nothing. Yeah, you just. But I hope that helps everybody. I hope that helps y'all. I just be talking out loud sometimes, but just know we're the idea. You might not be from here, because I'm more. We're all kind of mixed, but it's a percentage level of. This is how this Western atmosphere works. We're not in Europe. That's all I'm saying. Like, we're not in Europe. Anybody with a European, more of a the king and queen European mentality over there, and all them niggas, they just collect taxes off of us. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like none of us should be out here working for people and getting treated like we don't have the right to be here. At least, you know, we all have the right to be, and nobody's going nowhere. So pick a lifetime
you wanna look at yourself and deal with whatever it is you need to deal with, kind of energy. Because this is how the native understood. Like, you're not going nowhere. I'm coming back. You might as well deal with it now. Whether it was a good idea or a bad idea. If niggas want to kill me, go ahead. I'm right here. If you don't want to kill me, then you got to deal with that yourself in your own and figure out why you even felt like whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? That you projected onto somebody else or something. You know what I mean? So that would have saved a lot of people from going to jail out here. That would have saved a lot of wars from being started. That would have saved a lot of veterans just going to sign up for a Vietnam War or getting drafted or a Desert Storm mission or whatever, dude. I look at people as people. And there's people in the world manipulating all of us to go in a certain direction. And that's not right. And that's not acceptable. It's not about black or white or skin color. It's
I
just,
wouldn't have a blood type you are though.
like, I'm probably like Puerto Rican, I'm like Mexican. I know my mom's like Caucasian or white or whatever. I'm probably Asian on a percentage level. I know I got native in me. So I know I got a mixture of native for sure because I was born here.
I was born in Humboldt County.
Well,
There's 3 tribes.
In San Francisco, but
Oh, that's where
There's
you're
reservations. I grew up around reservations. So if you're not part of the res, you're not Indian, and you can't say you're Indian.
But see, I disagree with that statement because somebody told you that though.
No, because I've lived in Humboldt County and I wrote my
The blood test comes from somebody else. Are you trying to argue with me right now?
No.
And then please don't. You know what I'm saying? Please don't. I'm not here to.
I never tried.
You were born in a hospital that somebody else built, right? Okay, then already by default.
She's part of the Hooper reservation, and she had to get a blood test done, and her family's like deep.
But somebody else is.
She does work out for the tribes out here and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, I don't know about all that blood test shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I didn't been in life and people would tell me I look native. So that was my blood test. Actually just living and being. You know what I'm saying? Actually just being like me actually jumping in the air when I played basketball and I knew how to dunk a basketball. To me, that was very superhuman. And I didn't see everybody just dunking a basketball in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, and then I have to look at myself. I'm who I am because of where my mind was at.
Have a good day.
Take care of y'all. Take care of y'all. Just know you ain't shit. Lady, you ain't shit. Yeah, that's how real interactions and stuff, real life. I don't got time for people. But that's really like, you know what I'm saying? I could have like got all entangled in with some homie cheese and whatever tweaker bitch. Talk about, can I give you a hug and stuff? No, bitch. All right, I'm out on that tip. But that was like, you know what I'm saying? That was, you know what I'm saying? People be needing education. Winning every single time. I don't know how to lose. Transmute L's and the W's. You bitch. Pardon me.